Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Hey, Fretzy, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
Jade Cargill is all WWE for a very long time, by the way.
Yeah, what's like a 6-year deal? Did they say? That's
Hey.
like WWE doesn't really announce, like they don't make a big deal about the length of contracts and the size of contracts.
No, they never disclose too details. They don't go into detail. They say like multi-year deal. They'll never go into semantics about it because I think that's on purpose because they don't pay everybody equally, and they shouldn't.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
So
It's strictly a value-based business. How much money do you bring in?
meritocracy all the way. Yes, that is pro wrestling in general. So yeah, they don't make a big hoopla about it. This is the biggest hoopla that they've done in a very, very long time. Hello, Taquan.
A lot of law to be hooped.
Yes, there is a lot of law to be hooped. I agree with you. No class today, Taquan. Welcome back then.
Another reason we should move our day, Ricky, I'm telling you.
My thing with the day is, and I'll say it here, because, by the way, spoiler, guys, we're probably going to move days, more than likely. I want to wait till the TV deals are done.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because...
I mean, nothing is confirmed for me, probably for a few weeks. Mm-hmm. But there's a very good chance I'm going to be producing another show on Wednesdays.
Taquan, you're going to come in. You're going to be the new Will.
Hell no. What's that pussy smell like? Dead fish, Jaquan. Dead fish.
Fred Stuther. If things remain the same TV schedule-wise, I would prefer Thursdays, because I think that's the best of everything. Because, like, what are we... We're competing against Impact Wrestling.
Yeah. Thing is, though, so, like, a half-life of, like, a day or two.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's why I always liked Tuesdays, because if we release on Wednesday morning, it gives you more time for, like, everything becomes irrelevant by that Sunday or Saturday or Monday.
Or in our case, the next day, which always seems to happen to us.
That too. But that's also why we're live. So if we're live, it doesn't really matter when the replay is, to be honest. Catch us live.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Seriously.
I'd also be cool with Thursday. Although I think Kay works Thursdays.
Kay does work Thursday. Kay's schedule is...
That's another thing.
longer.
Kay is off on Tuesdays.
Yeah. No. I want to see where... I need to see where the cookie crumbles with all of his moving around of media rights and stuff.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, like I said, I'm flying to Barcelona on Friday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm there for work. So we're covering a Web3 blockchain crypto conference. So I'm there Saturday to Wednesday. I'm going to be back. I think my flight lands like 2:45 Eastern time on Wednesday. So depending on my consciousness and my jet lag, if I have any, I'll probably be on the show next week.
Is this your
We'll see.
first
Although I
time
don't know.
overseas?
It's my first time in Europe. Correct. Actually, yeah. I'm the furthest I've been from home is Jamaica. So yeah, it's my first time overseas.
Oh yeah, so all right, you have your passport, so that's a good start, I'm assuming.
Yeah, my passport doesn't expire until 25.
Okay,
So
you're good with that. All right, that's all right. So the flight's probably going to be it's going to be long, but it's probably going to be very comfortable. International flights are usually more comfortable than domestic flights.
it's like 7 hours. I think it's Barcelona. It's like a flight to LA.
Kind of, yes.
A little bit longer.
Yeah. My only thing for you is enjoy customs.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
I'm
as
gonna-
bad
I'm
as
gonna
you
have-
think. Just read
I'm
the
gonna have my
paperwork.
Switch.
Yeah. Just read the paperwork and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's just read the paperwork and you'll be fine. When they ask what you're here for, you say business because you're there on business. No one will.
Yeah,
give a
I'm with
shit.
my boss. I'm with my boss anyway. So
Oh, okay, so she'll guide you through.
yeah. I mean, she's going to Singapore in November, so she's been to customs a few times. The only thing is, though, the annoying thing is, though, like we had to buy adapters for like all the outlets.
Yes, that is a thing. That is still a thing in Europe. Yes, the adapters are weird.
Yeah.
Same thing in Australia too. But you'll be good.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Apparently
Enjoy siesta.
they don't do siesta anymore.
No, shut the fuck up.
No, I asked someone who was like in the area or whatever, or no, I asked my buddy Chief because he goes to Europe all the time. They don't do siesta anymore.
What a crock of shit.
All right, capitalism got to them, Ricky.
I don't even know if it's capital. Like, I mean, let's just take a fucking nap. Like, I don't understand what the problem is with just taking a nap. Like during the middle of the day.
Oh, SmackDown. What's up, buddy?
Oh, Matt Ritter.
Yeah, I'm glad your boy got released.
You should have seen he went on a tirade on Twitter when it happened. I almost was a surprise guest on a show on Saturday night. He was like, "We're gonna have a party on Saturday."
Amazing. Yeah, that was the highlight of my career. We did
The Road Warriors.
we did the Road Warriors like a midnight on a Saturday, streaming live to Pornhub talking about wrestling. I should put that on my resume.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. It's robe season now again. You spelled my name wrong, but it's okay. But it is robe season. It's great.
Yeah, it's IE Ritter. It's okay though.
Yeah, it happens.
I wore my robe for the first time all season 2 nights ago.
I wore it yesterday morning, waking up. I was like, "Oh, robe season, yes."
I got 4 robes. I need like a linen robe just so I can fucking wear one in the summer.
I do need a linen robe as well.
So a light, thin, like bed sheet bathrobe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I do need another linen robe. But yeah, so when are you coming back from Barcelona? Is it like a weekend trip?
No, it's Saturday to Wednesday. So I'll be back like next Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Not bad. Not bad. Right before I take a week off of work. Because I got my Comic-Con tickets finally came in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Who are you going with?
It was going to be Charles. Charles was going to come up here, but Charles can't make it, so I'm going with Sam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
Tell Sam what's up.
Yeah, Sam's good. I'm excited because I haven't ordered my meet and greet photos yet, but the list is pretty ridiculous. So it includes the list of people I'm going to see is I'm probably going to see Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, love her.
Yeah, but even better, Mercedes is there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sasha's gonna be there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's a lot of people there. Adam Cole and MJF are going to be there. You can get a Team Better Than You, baby photo together. There's Tim Curry, Susan Sarandon, Tom Hiddleston, Chris Evans, your boy Ewan McGregor, good old Obi-Wan.
I do love Ewan. Dude. He's such a beautiful man.
Ewan McGregor is I'm doing both, Taquan. Ewan McGregor is he's like the he's a guest of honor. Him and Chris Evans are guest of honors for this year's Comic-Con.
I thought Taquan and Ritter are arguing over who knows us better.
I don't know if either of them do, actually. Ewan McGregor's wife, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, is going to be there, a.k.a. Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. Who else is going to be there? This is like my first Comic-Con, too. My boss is going, too, so...
See you there.
She was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, just take the week off. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. And so I already did panels and stuff too. So I got into the Archer panel.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. John Benjamin.
You know who actually is doing a panel, but I didn't have to get a reservation for. I can just show up. Fucking Kid Cudi's doing a panel.
What? Why is Kid Cudi at Comic-Con?
Because it's Comic-Con. You can do whatever you want.
I guess.
You've never been to a Comic-Con, have you?
I've never been. Honestly, I've never even thought of it going to Comic-Con.
It's, from what I've seen, it's pretty dope. The app that they have is really good too. So in the app, I can pretty much create my whole schedule. Oh, people I want to see. Britt Baker's going to be there. Chris Evans. David Tennant. FTR. Ewan.
what am I looking for?
Pretty much all of the Guardians staff. Guardians 3 cast, except for like Chris Pratt. Who else would you know? Orange Cassidy. Kid Cudi is a good
Awesome.
voice actor. Sean Gunn. Shamik Moore. Pretty much the voice of Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse. Tom Hiddleston.
Who is he? He was
Shamik,
which
Shamik
Spider-Man?
Moore's is Miles from Spider-Verse.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, he's the voice of Miles from Spider-Verse. There's a lot of good people. John Carpenter is gonna be there, who's a great fucking horror director. Diane Gurrell from Jane the Virgin. Ashley Eckstein, the original voice of Ahsoka. It's gonna be there. I almost got lured into doing Rhode Island Comic Con, which is like the week after, or not the week, the month after. You want to know who's at Rhode Island Comic Con?
Oh,
Everybody that you would probably like. All right, so the original Pink and Black Ranger are gonna be there.
yeah, dude. I was never into Star Wars.
You mean Power
No, not
Rangers?
Star Wars. Power Rangers.
Weak.
I think it was just before my time.
A little bit. Carl Weathers is gonna be there.
Awesome.
Carl Weathers, LeVar Burton is gonna be there. Who else? Christina Ricci, Rose McGowan, Ming-Na Wen, who everybody likes. Finnick Shand from Star Wars. Ming-Na Wen is also the original voice of Mulan, the voice of Pocahontas. A lot of the voices of Futurama are going to be at Rhode Island Comic Con. But it's good. So no, it's going to be my first real like legit con experience. So I'm very excited, and I have 4 days of it. So one of them being Friday the 13th. So if it's good, Will, we're going to have to drag you out to a Comic Con.
Yeah, dude, one of these years for sure. I'm not opposed to Comic-Con. You know what? No one's ever asked me to go to Comic-Con.
Touche, touche.
And I'm not like in that nerd culture like that to like I would know it's coming.
Fair
but
enough.
like I would go, but I would go to Comic-Con and like I could run into people I know who'd be like, "Hey, Rich is here."
Yeah.
Because I know he goes to Comic-Con all the time. Like, I see pictures on Facebook. It's like, "Oh, this person was at Comic-Con."
Holy shit. Well, we have a special guest.
What we got?
Smiley's here.
Oh my god, I love you.
Hey, Smiley. What's up?
What are you doing right now? We need Kay isn't here right now. What are you doing?
Right? She's probably chilling in Chicago. Being a little like...
Oh, they moved? I forgot they moved.
She moved back to Chicago, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is like if we were to ever go back to Chicago for Survivor Series, which is ironic because Survivor Series is in Chicago again, we definitely just have to hang out with Smiley and just go around.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about it.
I thought about it too.
I was like, do you want to do round 2 in Chicago? I mean, I'd totally be down, but that's a long drive.
It is a long drive. I would go
And
back.
flights are expensive. So we're flying to Vegas end of the month,
600.
October 22nd to the 29th.
600,
Yes.
right?
Round trip is $2,000.
Oh, round trip. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, so 1,000 each way.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking nut. I'm not paying for it.
I want to go back
Nuts.
to Chicago because for 3 things. Well, 4. I want to see the Bean just to say I did that. Deep Dish was doable. You know, Deep Dish was fine.
I thought Deep It was awesome.
Yeah. I wanna. We have to go. We fucked up on going to Wrigley Field. That's like the number one thing.
We did.
We fucked up doing Wrigley. And I want to go back to that barcade.
The barcade was awesome.
Yeah, we lost a lot of time in that barcade, but it was so worth it. Shh, don't tell everybody my secret to Con about deep this is a real Chicago pizza. Yes, if we go back to the bean, we'll flick the bean. But primarily, I want to go to Wrigley. The Cubs aren't going to make the playoffs. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
Okay. So yeah, we won't have anything to really worry about, and we might be able to go see a Bears game, just judging by how they're doing, because the Bears are straight ass. Oh, you're a White Sox fan, aren't you, Smiley? Listen, we had a Malort shot, damn it. Okay. We fell into a couple of traps there, but that bar was actually pretty fine. That bar we went to randomly.
Dive bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
The food was fine.
Yeah, the food was fine.
The people were really nice. Chicago is a very friendly town.
Yeah, it's New York.
If you're in the right part of it.
Yeah, it's New York with space and a little bit of Midwestern charm. Are you guys
Also, deep dishes. I really liked deep dish.
Wasn't
I thought it
bad.
was fucking excellent.
Wasn't bad. I kind of do want to stay at that hotel we stayed at before. I forgot what it was called. Fieldhouse Jones. That's what it was. Fieldhouse Jones.
Oh, it was so dope.
Dude, that little breakfast bar in the morning.
That breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, the Bloody Mary with the shrimp and bacon in it. Oh. Yeah, dude. I think we're convincing. I think we're convincing ourselves to
Kind
go.
of. Kind of. I'd have to double check. Comic-Con might wipe me out. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see. We'll see. It also depends.
Here's the thing. I have the money. I just don't want to spend the money.
That's also true. That's also true as well. Such a tourist thing to say. Locals don't even go there. I haven't been there since I was a teenager. I know. Smiley, we're from big cities too. A lot of the touristy stuff in New York, I've never done in my entire life. You think I've been to the Statue of Liberty? Hell fucking no.
I have.
Exactly.
It's pretty cool.
It's from out of town. That's why. You think I?
Yeah, I went to the Statue of Liberty last year, and I've been in New York since 2014.
You think I went to visit the Edge? Hell fucking no. Like
I haven't done the Edge. I did do Freedom Tower. Didn't do Empire State.
Dave and I did Freedom Tower before.
Fucking awesome.
Dave and I did Freedom Tower before we went to Extreme Rules across with the night Seth Rollins came back from his injury.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we had time to kill. We're like, let's do Freedom Tower is dope. I will agree. Freedom Tower is a lot better than the Empire State Building, and I only did the Empire State Building because I had a foreigner with me, a super Canadian foreigner with me. That
makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Key West does not compare to Quan. I'm sorry. You can't say like I live in Florida, I've barely been to Key West. No one cares. No one cares about Key West. But with that being said, do you want to get the show on the road?
Yeah.
I'm ready to rock out right now. You guys, we got a fun group with us. Let's rock out tonight, folks. Key West.
Where's audition?
Tourist attractions for who? Orlando's a tourist attraction. Calm it down, Taquan. Key West is a tourist attraction.
To who? Yeah. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, this may be the biggest newsworthy week we've had in a very, very long time. The biggest baddie in all of professional wrestling has just signed with WWE. SmackDown is leaving Fox. WWE made some major roster moves. AEW will be soon taking things to the max, only after a little bit of a WrestleDream. And oh yeah, No Mercy's happening this week as well. NXT, No Mercy. So sit back, relax, and please stop fucking talking about Taylor Swift. It is Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 355, No Mercy for the Baddies, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. Seriously.
Our team's 3-0, baby.
Seriously, fuck Taylor Swift and the Chiefs. Travis Kelce, you're cool, but come on, dude. Okay, but seriously though, did you see the woman that Travis Kelce dropped to go for Taylor Swift?
I haven't.
You should.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's right. While you do that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kings of the Rings podcast episode.
Is it Kayla?
I don't remember what her name is. Episode number 355. No Mercy for the Baddies. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a I told you. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I literally 2 pages worth of notes for us to talk about in the world of pro wrestling. It has been a massive week in pro wrestling in and of itself. So we are going to try to break down all of it and also preview 2 pretty significant events from AEW and WWE, particularly the NXT brand. But before we get into all that, let's bring it over to the biggest Swiftie fan that I know, a day one 50 Swiftie fan. Will Tarashak, how are you, sir?
I don't really give a shit about Taylor Swift. This other girl, Nicole, is way prettier, Travis. You dropped the ball on this one, man.
Told you.
Wow. just wow. Hey, man, the first rule of life, appreciate beauty.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciating beauty, all right. All right, my name is Will Tarashuk. T as in Thomas, A-R-A-S-H-U-K. I can feel my girlfriend's daggers through the wall. It's fall, and I am so goddamn excited. So it's gonna be a good time. I'm so excited to talk wrestling. It's been a few weeks. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, it's robe weather, too. We should do an episode in robes. When it gets wintertime, we should do an episode in robes randomly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, dude, when it's really cold, I'm going to be wearing 2 robes.
Yeah, we'll call it the Robe Warrior episode. Just like not tell K.
Robomania.
Robomania. Maybe we should replace Rumble of Royalties with Royal Roble.
Ooh, Royal Roble would be a good one. That's
Royal Roble. Keep it. Someone write that down and remind us, please. Please. So yeah, no, we've got a lot of crap to talk about this week. Not even crap. A lot of monumental industry-shifting news has occurred literally within the last time that I recorded an episode with Nate the Great. Thank you, Nate, by the way, for coming in the clutch last week. It was a pretty fun episode. If you haven't listened to it.
Nate. Good job, Nate.
Yeah. It was a really, really fun and entertaining episode, but a lot has happened ever since we went off air. In particular, let's just get things started and get the ball rolling, because this might be a pretty much a longer than usual episode. First things first, it was announced last week that SmackDown, the SmackDown television show, the brand that is SmackDown, is going to be leaving Fox by October of 2024, because SmackDown is moving to the USA Network on Fridays. They signed reportedly a 5-year, $1.4 billion deal to bring SmackDown to the USA Network. Now, a part of this deal includes, and I have a really, really wild theory about this. A part of this deal also includes that WWE will also put on 4 primetime specials per year on NBC as well. So SmackDown, 5 years, $1.4 billion will go to the USA Network on Friday starting in October 2024. What this also means as well, because I do not foresee NBC Universal shoving out another $1.5 billion, essentially $3 billion in total, to also keep Raw and NXT. So there is a strong potential that Raw and NXT, whose rights have not been sealed yet for the next couple of years, could be moving off of the USA Network and NBC Universal to some potential bidders. For instance, maybe it's been talked about Disney Plus, ESPN, Amazon is also apparently in the running as well. So for the first time almost ever, Mr. Tarachak, we might see the end of Monday Night Raw as we know it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Like I understand SmackDown's the bigger brand. SmackDown has more money. SmackDown is the better show mainly because it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I can't see Monday Night Raw has been the staple of wrestling for over 30 years.
It has.
Like it is, especially when Vince is alive, and Vince is never gonna let that happen. Now, he's a chairman of the board of TKO. So
We don't know for how long though. That's another story too.
that is another story. Whether he's going to be in jail or in the ground,
Or
So-
if he's selling his stock too. That's also been reported that his all of his shares are up for sale.
You know what? I'll buy them. I believe.
At like
I'll
107.
believe it when I see
It's
it.
107
Like,
a share, by the way.
That's it.
That's what they opened at.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself I'm going to buy WWE stock, and I never do. But yeah, I'll believe,
Endeavor, it's like $20 a share.
I'll believe SmackDown's going to Monday when I see it live.
Well, not even
And
SmackDown
Raw
going to
leaves
Monday. You mean Raw leaving Monday.
Raw leaving Monday, either or, because someone's going to take its place. Because Monday is a tough week because now they have 2 Monday Night Football games.
Yeah, that is
because of whatever reason.
that-
I think it was the strike or something.
I mean, that also could be I think that was in the NFL schedule to begin with, which I think genius move. It spaces things out a little bit more. They should eliminate Thursday Night Football because that's a terror and a half, and that's just another sports conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard. Like, I feel like WWE can compete against, like, Monday Night Raw has always been able to compete. And better not go to Freeform, Taquan. WWE can compete against one Monday Night Football game, but to go up against two games a week, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And like The Rock's not available all the time. That SmackDown surprise was a massive surprise in and of itself. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't fathom Raw leaving Monday nights. Even when they went to Spike TV, remember that time for a while? They went to Spike.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They went to NXT on Comedy Central. Taquan, stop it. I can't picture Raw leaving Mondays. They've always been on Monday nights. Like, people who don't watch wrestling, and I say I do a wrestling podcast, like, oh yeah, I used to watch Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost become pop culture, like lexicon.
No, definitely. That's what I mean. It's the brand recognition. You know how much shit Elon got for changing the Twitter to X?
Like, an idiot.
That's what's gonna happen to Raw. Like
Yeah.
there is literal billions of dollars of brand recognition behind Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely.
And that is the most important thing a company like WWE has, is the brand recognition, which is why they give belts to every championship team except the Jaguars.
Yeah. All right. The Jaguar belt was there for like 2 hours, and then it went away.
Yeah. Hilarious. So, like, I think WWE is so smart. Their marketing team is so smart. Nick Khan is so smart. He's not going to get rid of that brand recognition. I could see Raw getting cut to 2 hours in a new TV deal. I could see Raw leaving USA for sure.
Yeah.
Which I also think is kind of silly.
They've done it before, but yeah.
They've done it before. Where it goes, who knows? But I can also see NXT going back to Peacock, which I don't think is a loss. I think is actually pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not see Raw leaving Monday. I can see SmackDown going anywhere.
It is very. The deal I think
Get them
is.
off Friday for sure, though. Get them the fuck off Friday.
I think they are staying on Fridays unless something changes within the next year. I don't know if they'll ever move NXT off of TV, especially now that they're just bringing in like Becky to hold the titles and stuff like that. I think they're trying to make NXT a commodity, but I understand if it moves to like streaming like it originally was. And that was a great get for the original WWE network, you could only get NXT in the WWE network, and NXT was amazing at the time. Like, that was amazing. I am tickled, and I'm interested. Daniel Tosh gonna host No Mercy. Stop it, Taquan. You're on a roll tonight. I am tickled by the notion of Monday Night Raw on Amazon. One, because I love Amazon Prime streaming service. I think they're really, really good. Especially for live sports. They've done a really good job with that, especially with Thursday Night Football. I'm interested to see how Amazon would handle a show like a Raw or like an NXT.
I think it would be fine, but well,
I don't trust Disney with it right now.
no, absolutely not. I don't trust ESPN with it either.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a time in the future, Ricky, where wrestling specifically moves off of cable and goes strictly exclusive to streaming live.
Well, save me a bill.
That's the future. It's going to be more expensive first. Everyone's going to up their prices once that happens.
Yeah.
But that's the future of cable TV. It's just getting shifted and repackaged into streaming.
Yes.
With ads. So have fun with that, everybody. Now, the question is, when does WWE specifically make that move? When are they going to get the most money? I think that last TV rights deal is the highest deal they're going to get, even though they sold SmackDown for what, 1.5?
1.4, yeah.
1.4, and previous deal was what, 1?
It was 1.
So,
the last time was 1, and because they sold SmackDown for Fox was 5 years, $1 billion. Raw was NBC Universal, 5 years, $1 billion.
Yeah, those TV rights deals, it's going to become a point where you peak.
Yeah.
And you're coming very, very close to that peak. The only thing keeping alive is sports, really.
Yeah.
NBA, NFL, and that's really it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess
true.
wrestling.
Yeah. Wrestling's been a top 10
when,
cable program since the advent of TV.
I think right now, if Raw went to streaming exclusive, it hurts Raw. I think less people watch it. Whereas it's on cable, and then the next day rights on Peacock is the perfect way to go. Which is why I think it stays with NBC.
So you think NBC shells out?
You think
NBC shells out another billion for NXT and Raw?
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, it would be a smart move. I like it, especially you keep it all in the family. You already have Peacock. It would make sense that they would be the preferred people because they already kind of know what they're doing at this point.
Yeah.
My interest here now switches to the arrangement, which was reported by the Hollywood Reporter, which I actually like. I've been reading a lot more of them when they do business stories. They're really good, the Hollywood Reporter. The 4 specials a year on NBC, on primetime NBC, which will obviously be also streaming live on Peacock as well, I'm assuming. But even if it's not, I have this really weird headcanon theory because I said, why are they doing 4? Why 4 a year? Why 4 a year? And then I thought Big 4.
Big 4. Oh, those TV specials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 primetime TV. Can you imagine the first ever primetime WrestleMania on NBC?
That's too many ads, dude. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to WrestleMania matches with commercial breaks in between.
I mean, there are commercial breaks in between. We're usually just there for
No, I'm saying mid-match.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't think it'll happen mid-match, but
I do. I do. If there's money to be made, Ricky, there's money to be had. So
fair.
They're definitely gonna put a commercial break in the middle of a fucking battle royal. Absolutely.
I mean, the battle royal is fine. We can put a commercial break into the battle royal. That's okay.
Maybe not the main event or the main matches, but like the undercard and majority of matches are gonna have commercial breaks in between.
I don't know if they'll picture in picture. I could potentially see, but a hard break.
I don't want that. I don't want
picture in picture,
dude.
but a hard commercial. I feel like you can implement it in certain aspects of it and not have it, lose any meaning. But I'm tickled to see if these 4 specials are just Royal Rumble, things like that. I feel like that could be a huge thing, network TV, big 4 pay-per-views. Is something they've never done before. It's so absurd that it just might work.
I mean, I like the idea of the TV specials, right? Like a Saturday night on cable, fine, prime time, or a Tuesday night prime time. That's fine.
Because
a Big 4 Survivor Series Rumble Mania, no, please, no.
It honestly, because it worked for WWE before back in the 80s. Saturday night's main event was huge. Was huge for NBC.
Dude, if they brought back Superstars or Saturday Night's Main Event quarterly, yeah, that'd be fucking huge. You bring back the old ropes, you bring back the old style, that kind of stuff. Make Michael Cole dress in an old suit, that kind of thing, the old graphics, they did they did the Raw throwback.
Yeah,
If they did something like that, prime time, that would be great.
So here's the thing, also as well. Fun fact about Saturday Night's Main Event. You know where the first episode was held?
Probably the Nassau Coliseum.
The Nassau Coliseum, you are correct.
I just know you. It's probably the Nassau Coliseum.
The Nassau Coliseum. And when WWE does live events on the weekends, on Saturdays, they have been calling it Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah, that's great. I think they should totally do that. That's a great idea.
It can be interesting. The fantasy guy in me, the kind of the wacky business guy in me wants a like primetime Big Four, which would be absurd. But I think your idea that it's like these random ass specials that would also progress the storyline, but also could like bring in new people is also a good idea as well.
Yeah.
It'd be,
Yeah, super cool.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do. Unfortunately, Hulu lost out on all of this deal because WWE content is being pulled from Hulu at the end of this month. So you will no longer be able to do Hulu Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, whenever you decide to catch up on your wrestling on Hulu because it's not going to be there anymore.
I wasn't really watching it anyway, but yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. Next, it's not. It's just the next day rights.
Yeah.
And next day rights, what that means is the show airs on Monday, Tuesday morning, it goes out somewhere.
Yeah.
AEW needs the next day rights for somewhere. WWE makes the most sense to throw it on Peacock because they put it on Peacock a month later. So,
which I think because it's been on Hulu, it prevents them from doing next day rights.
Exactly. So now it just opens the door for Peacock. So I'm not worried about it. In fact, it's actually way easier for me because Peacock is actually turning into a pretty solid platform.
Yeah, you can go watch Fast X.
Yeah. Fun.
Sorry.
Yay. The Mario movie.
The Mario movie was good. I watched the Mario movie. I was actually entertained by it.
Yeah.
I was very entertained by it.
I just want all those A&E documentaries on Peacock. Why the fuck aren't those on Peacock?
Is A&E owned by NBC Universal?
That's definitely why, but it's stupid. It's like, why would you make an exclusive thing with A&E when you have NBC in your back pocket and you have a network, you have a Peacock you have to sell?
Because they were giving them money. That's why.
I know. But it's just like, dude, I haven't watched any of them because they're on A&E. That Angle documentary was fucking amazing.
I haven't watched it. The A&E documentaries are really, really good. I've been watching them for a couple of years. They are really, really good.
Yeah, A&E's owned by the mouse. Daquan's right.
Yeah, no. The A&E docs are really, really good. So they're worth checking out. And so is their WWE's Most Wanted Treasure, where they go searching for all the old crap that the wrestlers sold off because they were broke. That's also a fun one.
Yeah, dude, I'd watch a shit out of that on the Peacock, though.
Like, I understand.
I'm not going on my way to find A&E. I'm not going on my way to find it on the internet because I don't have cable.
Yeah.
But that's my problem.
Yeah, I get that. So, unfortunately, the same day that WWE made all of these TV rights deals and announcements, they also decided to announce that they were cutting a crap ton of people. The biggest shocker for a lot of people that aren't named Will Tarashok
I was so happy.
is Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, probably the most has the most accolades of anybody that was cut. A 20-year career, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion, multiple-time Tag Team Champion, United States Champion, one-time World Champion, one-time Money in the Bank winner. One of the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time.
Top 3, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely top 3. He was the joke of our show for a long time. The no show off or the pre-show off.
I'm here to do the job. I'm here to do the job. Come on.
He's Dolph Ziggler. Dolph
Me.
Ziggler, historically your level 1 villain that you go up against in your career.
Oscar bait
Ziggler, but you cannot deny the impact he's had. He's had a 20-year career. He's the last surviving member of the Spirit Squad, by the way.
My God.
And it not only affected everybody, but it affected a lot of people. John Cena talked about he has over like 1,500 career matches in WWE. A lot of accolades about Dolph Ziggler kind of being cut. Is it a surprise? Has he been really being used? No. But for me, at least, I felt Dolph, with how tenured he's been in WWE in particular, that he would have a more glorious exit from the company instead of, just kind of getting cut.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere a long time ago he has the most matches in WWE history.
Something like that, yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. First ballot Hall of Fame, as much as I fucking hate the guy.
Absolutely.
And how awful his stand-up comedy career is.
It's the thing about Dolph. It's the whole big thing with my friend Kafer, who's been on the show. We've always said, like, name a bad Dolph Ziggler match.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah, no, the guy's incredible. I mean, the guy is absolutely a Hall of Famer. I just never got it. never got Dolph Ziggler. I was like, you guys like this guy? This guy.
That's what we said about the Valkyrie. Remember we were trying to do the Mount Rushmore the first time, and they put Dolph Ziggler on the list? We were like, what?
What? What are you talking about? But yeah, like our Discord in particular, join our Discord, by the way, everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, wow, did this happen? I was like, guys, where would you He's not being used. He's getting paid to do nothing. Okay, use him. And cut who?
Yeah.
Where do you put him? Because if you're going to put him on TV, someone needs to come off TV.
Yeah.
So, who? And if you can't, same thing with Mustafa Ali. Same thing with Shelton Benjamin.
Well, with Mustafa was a little bit different. Mustafa was supposed to have a match on No Mercy this weekend for the North American title.
Amazing.
He was supposed to be the North American title person. He was going to go up against Dom, and they released him. Or he asked for his release. Who knows?
The Dolph introducing himself gimmick was top tier. Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler. That's all he did for weeks.
No, do you remember when Dolph would come out as different performers for a couple of weeks?
Would he?
Remember he came out.
That was Charlie Haas.
No. This is like later on in Dolph's career. It was the it should have been me, Dolph.
Oh my God! Then he was the Colonel.
He was the Colonel for a minute.
He was the Colonel.
Yeah, no, this is going to happen eventually. WWE just had a merger. We knew the cuts were coming.
They're making cuts. They're making cuts in the front office. They're making cuts to talent. They gotta beef up their stock price, of course.
But
come on, guys.
also, have you seen the entirety of a WWE roster? I'm also including NXT.
Yeah, and a performance center. It's large.
People are gonna go every year.
Yeah, they're a charity. It's a business.
You know, that's just the way it is. So Dolph Ziggler, big surprise. I just hope he comes back for a Rumble, gets some sort of more kind of more glorious exit from the company, no pun intended, because he did have the dirty dogs and everything with Rude. But to nobody's surprise, Matt Riddle's gone. Nobody's surprised at all.
That was a surprising one. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like none of these were really surprising until Matt Riddle. Excuse me.
Yeah, Riddle.
Matt Riddle, and I was just like, oh yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
He
Fine.
burned too many of his bridges. So let's go through the Matt Riddle line. He came out as one of the hottest guys in the indie scene. Will and I have seen Matt Riddle on the indies. He's fucking fantastic. We're like, yo, this guy's gonna be fucking great. You know,
got all the talent in the world.
The talent in the world. Stoner gimmick, top notch. Like worked. Got annoying at times, but worked. He found a way to get it over.
He got it.
Yeah.
He understood the business perfectly.
You know, but he couldn't get away from his own demons. You had the Candy Cartwright and the Me Too allegations. You had the clear infidelity with him and his wife that occurred. You had all of the drug issues that persisted to the point where he got popped for a drug, which they had to suspend him. They paired him with like the worst bad boy in the history of wrestling, Randy Orton. Okay, the man, Randy Orton, if he wasn't an Orton, if he wasn't a legacy, would have been dropped from the company years ago. You know, and so he got paired with Randy. He seemed to be doing well with Randy. Randy, unfortunately, got injured. Then Matt Riddle was left to his own devices. That ended up being a horrible move. He got sent to rehab on WWE's dollar. Let's not forget that, folks. Finally made his way back, seemed to be going somewhere, and then the JFK incident occurred. And you heard about this, right, Will?
What was it? One more time?
The JFK incident. The incident at JFK that happened a couple weeks ago?
No.
Okay.
I might have vaguely heard of it.
So, Matt Riddle was coming back from, I think, when they did the show in India.
Mm-hmm.
He was coming back from India, was flying into JFK. Matt Riddle posted on Instagram that a like one of the security officers or something at JFK, I don't even want to say it was TSA, but a security officer or something, like sexually harassed him. So he's like, thanks to JFK for sexually harassing me. I never want to come back here again, blah, blah, blah. Just goes up on a rant. It is now deleted, but he said that. According to the actual thing that happened to multiple witnesses, Matt Riddle was highly intoxicated. You know, highly intoxicated and belligerent in the JFK airport. And this isn't some Joe Schmo airport in the Midwest. This is JFK.
Yeah, it's your little Queens, bro.
Yeah. And I think that was the last straw for WWE. Like, WWE learned this lesson, and the lesson was called Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
The difference is Jeff Hardy is a likable person. You know, and Matt Riddle just burned all of his chances. He didn't have many
Yeah,
to
dude,
begin with.
there's only so many opportunities you can give a guy,
Yeah.
and it's just like I remember defending him against his whole allegations because there wasn't really evidence. Honestly, I don't remember what happened. If he was guilty or not, if they were found it or what have you, what happened in the courts. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
But the stink is there, and the stink never went away. And you got the rehab and like the pictures of him in the hot tub and the infidelity. It's just, dude, I just can't respect you as a man because you just destroyed your family like that. And it's just, there's this distinct, just
It never went away.
never went away. It's just
Yeah.
like there's nothing he could have done to make me cheer you again. And that's just a personal decision I made. So he got released. I'm just like, yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
I saw it coming. I mean, when he came back, the allure of Riddle was gone for me.
Yay.
Yeah, it was like, hey, he's back.
No, if Velveteen Dream came back, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Second chances all the way, baby.
Yeah, no, I would be interested to see if a Velveteen Dream would even be thought about, but who knows?
No, dude,
Yeah.
he's also burned way too many bridges. You ever see the video of him getting arrested for like a DUI?
Oh, wasn't that like last year? I think.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was fucking hilarious. Like, you didn't mean my he's like, you didn't mean my Miranda rights. You didn't mean my Miranda rights, sir. Sir, what are my Miranda rights? You can't do this, sir. It's like, dude.
Did they read him as Miranda rights?
No, they might have, but it's just like, dude, they can literally wait until you're at the police station to read you your rights.
Is that true? I thought they had to read them to you at like in that moment.
No, I'm pretty sure they can wait, but it's just like, dude, you don't just get off for whatever the fuck you're doing because they don't read you your rights immediately.
Yeah, no, I'd be interested to hear about the Miranda. That's the first thing I've heard about that. But anywho, those are some of the major cuts. Other cuts that happened, because I do have a list. Mustafa Ali, who we already mentioned. Mansoor and Masay, the maximum male models are dead, which is very upsetting.
Sad.
Mansoor had a lot of interesting stuff. So you know how people call Mansoor like the Indian or the Saudi Arabian Goldberg? It's because that was part of the contract. It was part of Saudi Arabia's contract with WWE. Mansoor could not lose in Saudi Arabia. He had to win.
That's really funny.
Mansoor has a lot of ups. He's really young and he's very charismatic and entertaining on his like when he's been on like Up Down and stuff.
I mean, props to him for taking that gimmick and like trying to make it work.
Him and Masay, aka Mace, who was a part of Mustafa Ali's failed faction, Retribution. Yeah. But listen, they made some Mansoor and Masay. Or Mace, because he was also a former announcer for Raw too. Like they tried everything with Mace. They tried literally everything. But they took Maximum Male Models, which should be a dead in the water gimmick.
Lars Sullivan.
They took Maximum Male Models, which was like a dead in the water gimmick, and made it so entertaining for a couple of weeks. Especially with LA Knight as Max Dupree. That was hysterical. It was so hysterical. Also here, Emma and Riddick Madcap Moss, both got released. Dana Brooke got released. Quincy Elliott, who we thought were going to do big things but didn't. Rick Boogs, I know personally hurt you, Will.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Who Hot Up and Top Dollar, apparently everybody else in the WWE locker room because he was also released. B-Fab and Ashanti the Adonis still on the roster, by the way. Aaliyah got released, who I didn't know was... Who we were talking about for years, like how is Aaliyah still there? But
dude, she just kept on keeping on. I think was she injured?
No, they just stopped using her on TV. A personal hurt from mine. Dabakato Babatunde Commander Aziz, the legend of the Raw Underground, finally got released. Yulisa Leon, a couple of NXT talents that you might know: Yulisa Leon, Iki Minjiro, and the dancing man himself, Shanky, also released. Veer still on the roster. By the way, and a couple of other NXT PC talent were also released who were never on TV or had minimal time on TV anyways. So about 20 plus people in general released from WWE.
And Elias.
And Elias, my fault. Elias as well. Elias and Shelton Benjamin. Which I feel bad for Shelton too, because that kind of sucks.
Yeah, poor Shelton.
Yeah.
But the guy's like 46. Like, what the fuck else does he have?
And still ripped the shit. So those are the people that were released. But We wish most of them the best, except for Matt Riddle. Get some help.
Yeah, dude, trim the fat. Trim the fat. Matt Riddle, it's a damn shame because he had all the talent in the world, and then that's what you do with it.
Yeah. Yes. So more business news talking today. It has been strongly reported by Andrew Zarian, a source that we all trust and know. Great guy, by the way. Check out the Matt Man whenever you can. It is believed that AEW within next year will be moving to Max, formerly known as HBO Max, and putting on streaming content, potentially live streaming content. On top of that, it is believed that AEW will move to a one pay-per-view a month schedule, just like WWE. With this advent of the news of Max now doing live sports, because HBO Max/Max is doing live sports. HBO Max has revealed that they are adding a live streaming sports tier called Bleacher Report. Surprise, surprise.
Nailed it.
Bleacher Report is going to be free for all Max subscribers for the first 6 months, and then you're going to hit the paywall, which is going to be the whopping total of $9.99 a month to watch all live sports. And I believe
What sports though?
MLB, NBA, whatever deals they have. Because remember, this is Time Warner Discovery. HBO.
It's like MLB.TV? Or are they going to have like local blackouts like the Yankees in New York?
Potentially,
that kind of stuff?
but you also remember this is Time Warner Discovery, which has TNT and TBS, so you get all that NBA content as well.
See, but NBA also has TV deals. That's why I'm confused. Like,
I don't know. Well, we're going to see how this plays out.
Because Warner owns TNT and TBS and Max, so they could theoretically simulcast to both.
They could, yes,
Which they should. First of all, they totally
absolutely
fucking should. They should do that.
Absolutely.
And I know we talked earlier about WWE going to streaming exclusively would be a bad idea. I think it's kind of the opposite with AEW, because I mean, if AEW can get on cable as well,
Yeah.
and this simulcast, that's even more the merrier for them. But if they can get an exclusive thing with the streaming, I think it says more about the faith in AEW, because they're trying to use it to build something brand new. And like they're trying to make this big push for live sports, and AEW is going to be a big part of that.
Honestly, if AEW, which I think would be the smart move for them, would go to having some sort of content, whether, I don't know, if you do Dynamite or Rampage or something, or even if you just would do the specials, like the monthly pay-per-view specials, which it seems like AEW is going to move to, which end of an era, I guess, which Tony Khan alluded to on his press call about WrestleDream. I'd get me to watch more.
I mean, if they're selling 100,000 pay-per-views a month, 75,000 pay-per-views a month.
That's a win.
Yeah,
that's a win.
Go to a month. Go to monthly.
Yeah.
Right. As long as you're in the green, that's where you want to be, or in the black. That's where you want to be.
It's only going to be a net positive for AEW at this point, because it'll just help grow their audience a lot more than it would for WWE, who's got it's a global brand and already has a massive global following.
Yeah, like I don't think Warner Brothers and Max or HBO or whatever the fuck is kicking AEW to the curb at all. I think they see them as a valuable commodity and a product worth investing in, which is good, which is very good. Because I also agree. I think they're definitely worth investing in. You just got to get rid of Tony Khan. Although he has all the money, so maybe keep Tony Khan. You got to get an actual CEO in there.
Someone who knows. Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
You need a Nick Khan.
Somebody who knows what they're doing. A lot of people will probably ask, like, why does this take so long? Well, here's the thing. From a technical streaming standpoint, live streaming stuff live is a whole different realm of the technological field than it is.
It's also really fucking expensive.
That too, yeah. It is very difficult to do when you're starting up a streaming service. That's why when WWE did it, people were like, how did they pull this off? And everybody started.
First.
Yeah,
they were the fucking first.
And then everybody started to copy them. If you don't have the infrastructure for it, which for the most part Time Warner didn't really have from a streaming service standpoint, it takes a lot of time to build. There's a lot of extra staffing you got to put together. There's a lot of engineers in the background that you have to have on 24/7 to make sure that this works in a timely fashion.
Yeah, you got to test the servers. You got to test the strength of the servers. Like if you have 100,000 people watching something, is the server going to crash?
Exactly.
Right. There's so many means tests you have to do. It's just like a statistical, logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine all the shit that goes into this. But
And when it does go live, it's going to be not
good. When it goes live, it's still going to be buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the first few months, it's still going to be buggy, guaranteed.
Yeah, WWE had that problem for a couple of months when the network first started. So
it was bad.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
But they will figure it out. They will figure it out. You just got to be patient with them. So more power to AEW. Hopefully this goes well, and hopefully this will help just grow their platform and their performers. But it also will probably have Tony Khan really rethink about some of the structures of their contracts for some of their performers. Speaking of which, not that. Joking. Speaking of structures and live streaming and everything like that, Elimination Chamber's coming to Australia. The last
good transition.
Yeah, I totally jumped the gun on my own notes. I totally went over some because I'm excited to talk about the big baddie in the room. But Elimination Chamber is not a baddie that we should really be totally dismissing. Elimination Chamber going to be in Perth, Australia, at the Optus Stadium, February 24th, the last pay-per-view before they return to.
Where is Perth? Is it east side or west side?
I want to say it's. I totally forgot. I want to say it's Western Australia. Yeah, it's literally just says Western Australia on my freaking screen. On the graphic here, it's Western Australia. So this is the first pay-per-view since Super Showdown. Remember Super Showdown in Australia, which was 6 years ago.
Oh my God, that's when the what's her name? Where the people were there, the Iconics.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy was also highlighted. He won the title. He won not the 205 line title. He won the Cruiserweight Championship.
Dude, Australia is so fucking big.
Dude, I've been to Australia. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Too many bugs, dude. Too many bugs.
You get used to it. This also really continues the trend of WWE putting their non-major pay-per-views outside of America because they can and they will, and now they have TKO behind them, so this is going to continue. Also, something to of note for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view from Perp. It is in Australia. This pay-per-view is going to be in prime time Australian time. Do you know what that means?
It's 8 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. I'll watch it on Sunday at noon.
Yes. This will be a 6 a.m. show for everybody in the U.S., at minimum. So now we get, I want to try because now we get to learn how, people in Australia or like in London have to watch their shows for like Raw and stuff. And I think that's why they're so diehard too, because like they don't have the luxury of watching it during a normal time.
Well, it's their fault. Move to America, bro. It's the greatest country on earth.
Oh my God, arguable. But yeah, so this is a pretty big deal. Elimination Chamber, February 24th, 4 days before my actual birthday. Yeah, right?
Turning 28, folks.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That is exactly what's happening. I'm turning 28 on the 28th for the second time in a row. It's like my golden birthday. So that's going to be a big deal. I'm excited for it. When WWE has shown when they go to these destination places, particularly Backlash in Puerto Rico, they do a great fucking job. Money in the Bank in London was phenomenal. Australia's going to be no different, and they have a lot of Australian performers. In particular, Grayson Waller is going to be a monster when that show happens. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, it's going to be pretty absolutely crazy. Well, no, I was like, both of them just have, or Billie Kay's pregnant. I was about to say, what about if the Iconics come back in Australia?
Yeah.
Listen, I love me the Iconics.
I know you do. They were just so goddamn annoying.
It's what made them so great. The Iconics.
It's just the voices, dude.
So you're not a Pretty Deadly fan, then, are you?
Nah, I like Pretty. They're okay.
Have you seen the video package for their recovery? They did a recovery from injury package.
I just love that he has a shoulder injury and he's sitting in a wheelchair. What's his name? Pierce. Made like a note of it.
Pierce.
Did Pierce get released, or was he trolling?
He was. I think because it was the same day that the TV deals came out, he did not get released.
Amazing.
Oh no.
Yeah, I love Pierce. He's a good on-screen character.
When Pierce pointed out, like, I thought you had a shoulder injury.
He's like, you're in a shoulder injury. Why are you in a wheelchair?
And they flipped out on him.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was really funny. SmackDown's been really good. SmackDown's been pretty
Look
solid.
up the Kit Wilson video package from last week's SmackDown. So they started out, it looks like a PSA for like a donation or something, and he's just like, the great orator Olivia Rodrigo said, life is hard. And they do a whole recovery video package of him recovering from a separated shoulder. But doctor's like, he has a separated shoulder, he'll be fine.
Yep.
That's all it is. I'm like, you guys are stupid. The rumor is, and yes, boy, indeed, the rumor is that apparently Xavier Woods been helping him out, helping Pretty Deadly out, and the advice he gave him was like, just be as ridiculous as possible.
I mean, it's true. That's great advice.
It worked for the New Day.
Just be absurd and ridiculous.
If the New Day didn't realize that they just could be absolutely absurd, the New Day wouldn't have gotten over.
Absolutely.
And that's what Pretty Deadly's doing. Be as dumb and absurd as possible, and it'll work. And it worked. It is one of the weirdest things about wrestling, because, people say, how do you get over in wrestling? And one of them is like, well, you got to be your personality times 10. But
turn up to 11.
Yeah, the other side of that coin is you can either be yourself up to 11, or you can be as ridiculous and dumb as possible. They both work really well.
Or you do both.
Or you do both, and it also works.
You can be Kurt Angle, and you can be Kurt Angle in a little cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat Kurt is still really entertaining.
That's what I mean. It's both sides of the spectrum.
Cowboy. I mean, you can also be serious Brock, or you could be serious dancing Brock. Yeah. Both work really, really well. Or you can be the biggest baddie in all of pro wrestling, because it was announced literally a couple of days ago. Jade Cargill, the rumors were true. Jade Cargill signed a multi-year contract with WWE and began training in WWE's Performance Center. So let's break down some things that happened here. Number one, ESPN broke this news. Okay? The information was given directly to ESPN and then confirmed by Triple H on social media. WWE then confirmed it on their social media with multiple posts, pictures of her going into the Performance Center, video of her going to the Performance Center, pictures of her training in the PC, over 10 plus million social media views about Jade Cargill signing with WWE in less than 9 hours. Okay? She is only 31 years old. She is probably the first ever homegrown, quote, homegrown talent in AEW to move and make the jump over to WWE. And for a lot of people's standpoint, one of the biggest underutilized talents in AEW up to this point. Jade Cargill is a big deal. So before we dive a little bit more into it, because I have a lot of Jade Cargill stuff, what are your thoughts on this move for her, Will?
I mean, it's about goddamn time, first
Seriously.
of all. But the Bleacher Report called it the biggest move, the biggest signing WWE has made in years. And I go, wow. Sorry, Cody. I mean, Cody is the bigger sign.
Cody is
for sure.
Cody is the one that broke through the door. He's like, yeah.
But this is absolutely huge. This is what we've all wanted for a few years. My friend who only watches AEW was very upset. And I was like, girl, come back to WWE. I'm telling you, it's good. Just come back. Just come back. Come back, damn it. And I want to see all the matchups. I want to see Charlotte, obviously, Bianca, please. Becky, duh. Nia Jax, even, for sure. Like, I want to see all of these matchups, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. She's still green.
Yeah, she is. That's why they have her in the PC right now.
So, when does she debut?
Whenever they feel like she's ready. At this point, you've already put it out there. It's just a matter, and now you created anticipation. Now you just got to wait till she shows up. I think at the latest, the Rumble.
I think Rumble makes sense. Have a debut in a Rumble because she can be protected.
Exactly.
I mean, because the thing is, she is really green.
Yeah, she is.
And she worked with a lot of women who are also pretty green over at AEW. They didn't get much time.
She's also relatively young to make a big power move like this. She's 31 years old right now at the time of her signing, which is a great get for WWE. You got her at a great time. She hasn't even hit wrestler's prime yet. She's also married to Brandon Phillips, Cincinnati Reds player. Her and Brandon Phillips own a fast pitch softball team in Texas.
That's pretty cool.
Which is kind of wild. This is like fun Jade Cargill facts I found out. But I want to harp on before we move on, before we talk more about this Jade Cargill thing and some of the stuff that she said, because she did do a bunch of interviews yesterday too, and a lot of those were very, a lot of that has spread. The information that she did was spread across the interwebs and the IWC. This, by the way, broke the IWC because not only did WWE performers tweet about it, AEW performers also tweeted about it as well. It was a very,
of course they did.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah. But the fact that WWE just said, screw it, we're just going to blast this out to the masses is a giant shift in what they usually do. There was the discussion that people were like, oh, whatever happened to surprises? You fuckers ruined it years ago because you listened to Dirt Sheets. If this would have been a surprise 15 years ago, but you guys started to get really smarky and tried to look into it too much. So WWE's like, you know what, fuck it, we're just going to say that we did it. This is a total shift, and it's kind of WWE just swinging their long slong around and be like, yeah, we're going to tell you that we took one of your people. What are you going to do about it? And there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do, and I kind of enjoy the confidence move, because, like, when's the last time Triple H actually tweeted about someone being signed the day they got signed?
God. Here's the thing. Before Cody Rhodes, it's been a while since they had a major signing.
Yeah,
like
but
Logan Paul.
But he didn't even
or Bad Bunny.
Maybe, but even then, they had already shown up on TV on WWE TV before they were even signed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've never seen this much movement ever about a signee with Jade Cargill. Interesting, we say where she's going to debut. In one of her interviews, she said they've already determined where she's going to show up.
Oh, SmackDown.
Well, she didn't say where, but they said they've already determined where she's going to show up. She was asked about what's going to make her debut a success, or her time in WWE a success. She said a lot of training and reps from the best trainers in the best facility in the world. She's really harping in on that. Another influence for her I read from her quotes was that she wants to be an influence to other African-American children to kind of break down that door and be the next stepping stone so that they can go in and, you know, she can be an influence to the next generation, which I think is a great thing to do. She also talked about how she's just determined to succeed and she doesn't actually need the money. She's like, I don't need the money. I just like to do this. And when I like to do something, I like to be the best at it. So there's already...
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah, right? I mean, listen, her husband's a baseball player. She already owns a sports team. You know, they're doing fine.
Yeah, she got generational money. She got generational wealth already.
They're doing fine. Okay. But that's also a very interesting position to be. Like, I don't need this, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to kick ass in it. And she was already tweeting about people she wants to face. Her top 4 she listed was Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Nia Jax. She even tweeted that...
I can't believe I forgot Rhea Ripley. That'd be a great match, too.
She even tweeted at Rhea saying, my signing is bigger than your entire championship run already.
She's right. She's actually... It's not even funny how right she is.
Yeah. She also talked about her time in AEW in her interview. She discussed about how the one thing she wanted to do more, she had a 508-day reign as the inaugural TBS champion. I think she has the longest reign in AEW history that they never capitalize on. And I still think it's
checks out.
I still think it's a travesty that she never got a chance to go for the women's title. And
I can't believe TK let her go.
Yeah, Jade said she wanted to work with more of the top women in AEW. And some of the top women wanted to work with her, but they never allowed her to do it.
I'd be interested to see, because she clearly, again, there's definitely nothing Tony could have done, because if Tony's biggest asset is his wallet. Yeah. Really. And maybe creative control, which he only gives to CM Punk.
And we know how that worked out. Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't want, what do you give someone who doesn't want money? You know what I mean? Like her mind was probably made up. She's probably like, "Fuck this! I don't care what you give me. I'm going to WWE." So I'm probably going to blame on TK on this one. It's probably just straight up Jade is going, "You know what? I'm done here. I'm bigger than this."
And she's right. And she's at the, she's very, very right. And like one of the influences is that she wanted to be on the biggest stage in pro wrestling. Again, it's not a knock to AEW because AEW is not there yet, and they may never get there yet, and that's okay for AEW. But Jade saying, "I want to be on the biggest stage in the biggest company to make a name for myself and to, pave the way for other people who look like me to get into this profession as well," is a massive statement. The other big thing was the biggest influence for her to signing with WWE. Do you know what it was?
No.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah. She saw what they did with Cody, and also what I discovered. She is an alumnus of Cody's wrestling school, the Monster Factory.
Did Cody found her?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep. Cody brought her to AEW. And she said Cody was the number one reason that she moved over to WWE.
Oh, duh.
You
see that Mania pop? You hear those words. Exactly. Jade!
She hears them probably during Dynamite. Like, what is that? Oh, it's another Cody Woe. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Thank you, Smiley. Breaking news. Adam Cole needs surgery on his ankle, and he is out for a while.
Oof.
Which means
another guy who definitely regrets leaving WWE.
So does Keith Lee. He should have just taken the Bearcat gimmick. He could have found something to do. But no, this is a big deal, and it makes me think that Tony Khan. No knock on Tony because I think he's doing some good stuff, and I think AEW is going to be in a good position moving forward. But he's really got to rethink some of these contracts when he's signing people. Jade Cargill left her last match in AEW was less than a month ago. And she is now blowing up WWE social media all over the place. It was even an article on WWE.com.
Yeah, dude, Tony Khan's is a bad businessman. That's what it comes down to. That's the big problem with AEW. The biggest problem with AEW is they're not good business. They just don't know how to run a business properly. And Tony Khan, I think, is a great ambassador for the company. He's a great spokesperson for the company. He's not even a bad face for the company. He's just bad at making business decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Adam Cole.
I think he's very likable. Like,
he seems like a likable guy.
I have a lot of fun partying with Tony Khan.
Yeah. I feel like he's the guy that you like. Oh, you want to go out with Tony tonight? Yeah, you always have a good time with Tony Khan.
Yeah, and he pays.
Exactly. Exactly. He's a benevolent rich kid that always just likes to have people around him.
Yeah, he's a friendly rich kid who you genuinely like, but you don't trust him to drive your car.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
You don't trust he's going to be on time. Not going to remember your birthday. He's not going to remember his birthday either.
Mm-hmm. This is like of all the talent in AEW women's division, Jade was probably the brightest star.
You think she should pass Britt Baker?
Yeah. No, I mean, as in future potential. Like, I think Jade could have been the biggest women's star in AEW if they would have let her. But I think Tony really liked Britt. And I don't blame him. Britt is a good starter for the company, but, like, I think Jade could have easily surpassed.
Yeah, but AEW doesn't give a fuck about women's wrestling, though. Like, for real,
That's also true. That's also true.
And, like, I don't think that's necessarily, quote-unquote, bad. Like, there's so much talent on that roster. Like, if AEW has cut the women's division altogether, I don't see that as a problem, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I really don't. Because there's just so much talent, and so you can just make room for better content. Yeah. You can't do that in 2023. But
also,
I mean, it's at this point, with how much more attention they don't get, what's the difference between having them there just for the sake of being there and cutting them?
Fair. I mean, they've always underutilized their women.
Cut those hoes.
Yeah, they've always underutilized their women's position. So this is a great move for Jade, and also the scary thing about Jade is that I think Tony is probably going to regret in the future. Jade was self-made on social media. Like she created the Baddies section.
She bought people tickets.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, she got over
by herself,
in spite of AEW.
Exactly. Yeah, like imagine if AEW actually put some effort into her. But now imagine the effort WWE can put into her.
Oh, those video packages are gonna be so good.
It's gonna be amazing.
They're gonna be so good. Yeah, it's gonna be so good, dude. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited for Jade, but take your time, Jade. There is no rush right now.
Yeah, no rush.
There is no rush. Whenever you show up, you show up. It's going to be crazy when she does, and I think you do it on the biggest stage possible, and I think the Royal Rumble is a great time. The Royal Rumble's in Tampa. She already lives in Florida. The PC...
And you give her vignettes leading up to Rumble. Not a surprise entrance. Give her vignettes.
Give her vignettes saying, like, Jade's coming, Jade's coming, Jade's coming, you know. As long as they keep her name Jade Cargill, which I think at this point you have to. Yeah. You already made a big hoopla about who the hell she is. And her name.
Make her like number 18 and between number 18 and 23, and just have her be in the final four.
That video package vignette has to include what her new theme music is.
Oh,
or a hint at it, so you kind of know what to listen for.
Is this like Jade?
Here's what the crazy thing, because I know she comes from. Give her the AJ surprise. Well, the AJ surprise was great because no one knew it was AJ.
Including the cameraman. Yeah. He shot Roman going like, "Who? Who?
What?
Who's that?"
My favorite thing is, I feel like, because if you've seen Jade's entrances in AEW when she was on like primetime stuff, in their specials, she loved her pyro. She's definitely a Cody person. She loves her pyro. I think she's gonna get some pretty badass pyro too once she comes over.
So, dude. Let's make it all purple.
No, green. Jade green.
Oh yeah, Jade's a green.
Yeah, Jade's a green.
Sorry.
Jade's
whatever.
Green. Close enough. But good luck to Jade Cargill. The entire wrestling world is going to be watching this, and I'm very excited. I want to see. And Charles told me this the other day, or we were vibing about this. What if in somewhere down the road, we got Jade, Bianca, Mercedes?
In a sex tape?
No. No. Triple
threat?
a mania triple threat, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because at this point, I do not believe Mercedes will ever show up in AEW. Because I think that's just a bad move on her part.
I don't know, man. She's just LIVN, dude.
And more power to her. She has Star Wars money.
Yeah, like what the fuck is what is she gonna do in AEW? Mercedes, that is. Like what are you gonna do there, Sasha? Like really?
Nothing.
For real though.
She does.
You haven't given anything since you left. I know you got hurt. But
she had the title.
What have you? And she dropped it. But like, is she still hurt?
I don't know. She's showed up at Comic-Con in a couple weeks, so I can ask her for you.
Ask her.
Yeah.
Ask her. Like how's
how
your
you
ankle?
feeling?
I hurt my shoulder. I said, how's your ankle? What are you gonna do? You gonna go? Hey, Sasha, did you get my letter? No. Like, oh, that's because I forgot to stamp it. And step on her foot.
Yeah, okay. I'll be calling you for bail money.
Honestly, dude, I'll pay it. That's worth it. That'd be hilarious. Hey, Sasha, you get my letter? Oh yeah, I forgot to stamp it.
God. Jesus Christ, you're out of your mind. Anywho. Good luck to Jade.
No, you're right. You do it to Riddle. He doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah. Rusev learned that lesson the hard way, too. All right, back to AEW. Even though we have lost Jade Cargill, they're still putting on...
What is this poster get Thanos snapped? What the fuck is going on in this poster? Is it a sandstorm? Is it an AEW sandstorm?
Seattle's not even known for sandstorms. Oh.
Seattle?
Yes,
what?
Seattle.
Not even fog. It's like a
This is
sandstorm.
the Antonio Inoki tribute show that apparently that Tony Khan said they were going to do when he announced it at All Out. It's going to be from the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington, former home of the Supersonics, as they used to be a thing back in the day for all you young kids. So this is the third pay-per-view in a row that they're going to do. So the third month in a row, but they're doing a pay-per-view. So good job, Tony Khan. So it does really look like they're going to move to a monthly pay-per-view schedule. Tony Khan did mention this might be the end of an era, which might mean there's something on the rise with AEW.
John Moxley's gonna stop believing. Dude, he looks like he's gonna want to be on the poster.
Well, let's go through this. It does look like John Moxley just doesn't want to be. He's like, why am I here?
And why is MJF hiding in the back?
It's Ricky Starks.
Oh, where's
I
MJF?
don't know. There's multiple posters, but MJF.
It's not even on the poster.
He has a match where
It's not on the poster.
he has a match, but it's not, and he's not defending his title on this card. But the big one on this card is Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a dream match. Zack Sabre Jr., the current NJPW World Television Champion, and Bryan Danielson is just doing whatever the hell he wants at this point. To be honest with you, I've seen Sabre. Sabre works. Sabre works really slow. He
takes his time. He takes his time.
This is if you enjoy the wrestling part of pro wrestling, you will enjoy this match. Sports entertaining part of pro wrestling is not going to be in this match.
Yeah, if like the technical stuff,
Yeah.
you know, if like the fake part of wrestling, like the super fake part, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, this is the wrestlers match, and this is totally Bryan Danielson. Like, I just want to work with this guy, and I want to do this, I want to do that. Danielson wins, I guess.
Yeah, for
Give
sure.
him something. Sabre, Zack Sabre will do what Zack Sabre will do. We've seen him. I saw him at Evolve. He's a great guy. He's awesome. He's pretty nice. Oh,
It is 9 matches on this
there's
card.
a lot on this card. So I'm going to go with Danielson over Sabre. Moving on, the trios match, because you got to have the Elite on here and do something. The Golden Lovers, Omega and Ibushi, teaming with everybody's favorite person, Chris Jericho, against Sammy Guevara, Will Ospreay, and Konosuke Takeshita, who is an amazing talent if you saw any of Takeshita's most recent stuff. Jesus. Kenny really hasn't beaten Takeshita. I'm going to go with the team, the Golden Lovers and Jericho.
I'll go with Ospreay. He's too pretty. Look at him. He's gorgeous. So handsome.
I can't wait till Ospreay comes over whenever he stops messing around in the Indies.
No kidding, right?
He was offered years ago. Like, Paul Heyman offered him, on a podcast special. And he denied it. Which I understand. Do you?
Good for him, man.
No, do you
Stick to your
build
guns.
up your
Stick to
brand?
your guns.
So, but he'll probably come over soon. I'm assuming. We'll see. But let's move on to this, because we are going to fast track this, because we've talked a lot. Fatal 4-way tag team match. Winner gets an AEW tag team title shot. The Young Bucks, the Guns, who I guess are part of the Bullet Club now. Orange Cassidy and Hook is a thing. 2 guys who don't really talk. And the Lucha Bros are going to go up in each other. So we have to determine who becomes the next number 1 contenders for the AEW tag team titles. I'm going to go with the Guns at this point.
Something tells me it's a pair of brothers.
So not Orange Cassidy and Hook.
I actually forgot the other 3 are actually brothers.
Yeah.
That was a Young Bucks joke, but no, the other 2 teams are legitimately brothers.
I was about to say, which one are you choosing?
Yeah, Young Bucks. I love Young Bucks.
Yeah, they gotta give them something, right? Super Kick Part A. Moving on, the AEW World Tag Team Championships, Aussie Open, which is a team, versus FTR. I'm gonna make it real simple. I can see FTR winning this pretty easily.
Duh.
FTR Young Bucks, might as well, right? We've also got a double title match. Eddie Kingston, one of my favorite wrestlers that I've ever interacted with, and favorite wrestlers ever, the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship, and the newly crowned, as of last week, ROH World Champion, beating his arch nemesis Claudio, finally. He's putting both titles on the line against the ROH Pure Champion, Katsuari Shibata. I can't.
Great. So Eddie Kingston's world champion for a company that doesn't exist anymore. Cool. How poetic.
He just needed to be Claudio. You know how.
Why don't you just give him the Evolved title? While you're at it?
Who was the last Evolved champion, actually?
Probably Austin Theory.
I don't know if it was Theory. Fact of the matter is, Eddie Kingston has canceled all of his indie events. He's not doing any more indie shows, so he can focus on, obviously, AEW, ROH, and NJPW because he holds titles in both stuff. So he wants to hold off from that. I can't see Eddie Kingston, after the glorious win he had in fucking New York for the ROH Championship, where he's from. He's from New York. And then him dropping in less than 2 weeks. Eddie's winning this.
Yeah.
And long may he reign. Eddie Kingston is freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. I just wish he could be in WWE, but his character doesn't blend well with WWE at all.
No, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't. Eddie's
him and he just like he'd be in a program with the Miz and just go off script and get fired. He'd get so fucking annoyed and just be like, I'm gonna get fired for this, but I don't care. And then that's exactly what would happen.
last Evolved champion was Josh Briggs. Thank you, Freds.
Oh,
Josh Briggs.
Poor guy.
Man, that hip injury is still horrific.
Dude. So sad.
Yeah. So this, I don't know if this match is actually going to happen. The Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Better Than You, Bebe, Adam Cole, MJF. We're going to put the titles online against the Righteous, whoever they are, from Ring of Honor. But I don't know if this match is going to happen unless MJF says, I'm going to do it myself for the love of my brother Adam or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So, either way, Better Than You, Bebe's winning. They have to win.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
I wonder if Adam Cole's going to show up at Comic-Con now with this bad ankle.
How you not, dude? He's going to surgery.
You can put on a crutch. The photos are from the waist up.
Okay. I guess, fine.
Here's an interesting matchup that I'm surprised I didn't do earlier. Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page. This seems like this matchup happened a long time ago.
This looks fun.
It looks really fun.
I wouldn't call it a dream match. It's more like a wrestle fun
It's
house.
just a wrestling fun match. It's a clash of styles. We know Cole isn't wrestling, but we're talking about him showing up at Comic-Con.
Swerve.
It is a handicap now. Thank you, Freds. It is a handicap match. So here's the thing. Every time you think AEW is going to do something with Hangman Adam Page, they don't.
Facts, dude. Straight.
That's why I'm going with Swerve on this one.
Yeah, Swerve. Every time you think Hangman's over, think again.
Every time Hangman tries to get over, CM Punk goes to ruin his day. That's what
That's the thing, dude. I think Hangman's too dumb to leave or too loyal to leave. He should, but
he
he's
already
not
re-signed
going
a
to.
multi-year contract. Like
Yeah, he can get out of that though. It's AEW.
Yeah, he should have jumped. But I get that he wants to stay loyal and stuff. But he should have jumped. He should have jumped and taken his buckshot lariat back from Logan Paul. That's how he should have came. He should have buckshot lariated Logan Paul out of his contract.
Dude, that's a match I want to see.
Logan Paul was a Hangman.
Yeah, dude, that's a WrestleDream.
That'd be absolutely amazing. But Swerve for the win. Swerve is more of a Toronto than Hangman. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. The TBS title, Julia Hart's going for something instead of looking really deadly all the time versus...
This title still exists?
Yeah, you know, the title that Jade dropped and no one cares about after Jade dropped the title to Chris.
Why?
Chris Statlander is the second ever TBS champion. She beat Jade, and Jade is still the bigger story at the moment. Statlander's defending against Julia Hart. I got to go with Statlander. It's a Long Island thing. She's from Hicksville.
Sure.
Yeah.
She boops people still, right?
I don't know if she boops people still.
Boop.
She does something. I never got the Chris Statlander. She was always interesting in Evolve.
She was an alien.
Yeah, she was an alien. I'm like, whatever works. That's what Kurt Hawkins taught you to do. Down at Creative Pro. Let's let you do that. So
Damn. Okay, complete sidebergs. We're talking about women's wrestling.
Go right
now.
ahead.
Garrett Cole threw a complete game shutout to end the season.
Given the Cy Young.
Yeah, talk about a fucking tip in the cap on a Cy Young season.
Give him the Cy Young. But moving back to WrestleDream, this is going to be happening on Sunday night, probably on Bleacher Report before it goes on to Max. But how do you think this will go? I'm going to go... we've never seen them do WrestleDream. We have no idea what WrestleDreams mean. We don't know if it's going to be the beginning of something bigger. 7.5 for me for WrestleDream.
6. I don't give a shit.
We'll see what they do. A lot of their programs, if they do move to a monthly schedule, a lot of their programming is going to change drastically. Speaking of drastic changes, NXT is bringing back No Mercy. No, not the great video game that AEW tried to emulate with Fight Forever, but the actual pay-per-view known as No Mercy is an NXT special from Bakersfield, California. And it's a pretty interesting card with NXT No Mercy, starting off with Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. And anybody who's ever seen an Ilya match knows that Ilya Dragunov does not give two shits about his body. And Carmelo Hayes is probably the next big thing coming out of the Performance Center next to Jade Cargill. I have an interesting theory about this. I think Carmelo drops.
You think he gets called up?
He gets called up with Bobby and the Street Profits.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, booking. That's what a great booking.
They've been teasing it for a while because Bobby met with Carmelo one week on SmackDown.
I remember that.
And it's been
I remember. Yeah, that was good.
So I think that's it. But I think Trick Williams cost Carmelo the title.
Oh, you gotta have Trick.
Yeah, Trick.
How do you know?
Have you heard Trick Williams' theme?
No. Is it Trick?
No, it's
Trick?
Whoop That Trick. Whoop that Trick.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So I think I'm gonna go shot. I think Ilya finally gets this title. And he runs with it for a while before he goes up and faces Walter at some point. Cause I want to see Walter or Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov at like a WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Up next, the women's title with the surprise women's champion known as Becky Lynch versus what Trish Stratus would have hoped to have been when she first debuted, Tiffany Stratton. I am very high on Tiffany Stratton. She is absolutely phenomenal. They are going up. Tiffany's trying to get her title back, but Becky beat her on regular NXT TV in an Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship. So, Will, real quick, I know you didn't talk about this because you were away for a while. How was the wedding, by the way? I never asked you.
Oh, the wedding was dope. Yeah, 80% of it was in Hebrew, so I have no idea if they actually married or not.
Should have got translate.
But no, it was good. The venue was really good. The food was kosher.
Yeah.
Oh, the cocktails were magnificent, and the Airbnb. I'll tell you about the Airbnb and on the post show because it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So, but did you watch any of Becky beating Tiffany?
No, I haven't watched NXT in years.
You should watch it. It's a really good match.
I do like Tiffany. She's just a younger, hotter, and better Chelsea Green.
I compare her more to Trish.
Interesting.
Looks wise as well.
But she has to where's the manager gimmick though?
Chelsea Green, yeah.
No, Tiffany.
No, she doesn't. She's more Barbie.
Oh.
She's more like a stuck-up Barbie. Which is really quick side note or sideberg on Chelsea Green. So Chelsea Green was off of Raw this week, and so she literally live tweeted all of Raw.
What a mark.
And was talking. She kept on like every other tweet was judging Adam Pearce's decisions. It was fantastic. But no, Tiffy and Becky in an Extreme Rules match is fun. I love Tiffany's finisher, like the tippy top moonsault. Have you seen her do a moonsault?
No.
So the way she does, because she's a former gymnast. She hops onto each level of a turnbuckle and then moonsaults off.
Interesting.
Yeah. And like in success, like no breaks.
So it's like three steps jump.
Yeah, with no breaks in between.
Is she bunny hop or like 1 foot each?
No, it's both feet at the same time.
Those are bunny hops. Interesting.
Well, yeah, that's also really hard to do. You ever try to do that hop? Like on a turnbuckle? That's really hard.
No, not a fucking chance, dude. Have you seen me like walk?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Becky, I think Becky survives this in a weird way. It's an Extreme Rules match, so this totally moves towards Becky. We might see blood in this. I would love to see a blood in this match.
Well, yeah, dude. Here's the real reason why Becky won this title, because ratings. Because they're going for a TV deal.
Yeah.
And what are the people who are going to get a TV deal going to see? What are their ratings been the past few months?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good, great. Give them a bigger deal.
Yeah, I also love how this was kind of like a botched promo by Tiffany that turned into a thing.
That too,
Which is great.
Also, but makes it think: was it botched?
Yeah, I don't think it was. But I love the move. I mean, Becky, what I don't like about it is that Becky has pretty much given us an NXT Championship open title on Raw. Which I'm like, there's better ways to use to get a secondary women's title on Raw and leave NXT's titles to NXT, but whatever. We also had the North American Championship on Raw as well, and that was an amazing match. But I agree. It was Dirty Dom and Dragon Lee, and they put on a crazy fucking match. But in regards to this match, I think there should be blood. I think this should be pretty extreme. I think it should be pretty fun. But Becky survives. They might move Tiffy somewhere, because I think she's ready to go as well. I think her and Carmelo are ready to go. Surprisingly enough, they both have all the character work, and they could do something. But you're also in such a weird place right now, being in right before Mania season. That do you want to bring them up and waste them in the Mania slot, or do you wait till post Mania? Which more of a fresh restart. It's an interesting decision that they have, but I'm going to go with Becky here. Are you also going to go with Becky retaining?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Until it's a TV deal, Becky's retaining.
Gotcha. All right. Speaking of TV deals, Dominic Mysterio putting his North American title up a line against guess who? Well, your favorite man, Trick Williams. Trick is the one replacing Mustafa Ali to face Dom for the North American title with special guest referee Dragon Lee, who Dom beat this past Monday on Raw. Again, in a hell of a match.
You can say that Mustafa got tricked.
Wow. Wow. The fact that I didn't see that coming is embarrassing to me.
Come on, that was a 6 out of 10.
That was a good
6 out of 10.
That was a good one. Yeah, you got me on that one. You got me on that one. Here's the thing: does Trick Williams actually have a chance here, or are we gonna drag this out?
Drag it out, dude. Dom holding North American title is like, who cares? But I love it. Like everyone on Raw is just like, cool. You have a supplemental title on a show that's not ours, but you're still making it work.
Wow, good job, Taquan. Taquan said, "I guess Mustafa was chasing the dragon." So good. This is a big match for Trick. It shows that they have confidence in him, but I think they are going to drag out this Trick and Carmelo thing for a while, which we may get Trick and Carmelo at Stand and Deliver during Mania Week, which would be very, very interesting. I would love to see that, but we're gonna go with Dom here.
Fret's going with Trick. All right,
wow.
I see you, Fret.
All right, Trick. Okay. We have just a battle of brawns here.
God, he looks so angry.
Who? Braun. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Braun,
he looks like he has the face of Jinder Mahal right there.
He's a little bit too light on the forehead but he has the facial shape. It's Corbin versus Braun Breaker. I'm gonna make you answer as well. Does Braun Breaker have the best spear in the business?
Who else is a spear?
That is still active?
Edge isn't signed. Roman isn't on TV. So, yeah, he does.
Orange Cassidy does a spear randomly.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Though, look at him. He's tiny. So, yeah, Braun Breaker. Look at those traps, dude. Look at those. Look at how barely those fucking that strap goes on his fucking shoulders.
Yeah, Wardlow.
It's struggling.
Wardlow
dude.
could never, right?
Right? Like that. Those fabrics, those things, those stitches are being stretched.
Yeah. Moose's spear is pretty good.
He's not on TV though. He's on like Access TV.
Which is still TV. I get access. It still counts.
All right. So okay, actually, so whenever I turn my TV, I have like, whatever like the cheap fake cable is on like the smart TV.
Yeah.
And somehow the channel change. It's just Impact Wrestling 24/7.
Yeah, there's an Impact channel. I've seen that too.
Yeah, so whenever I turn my TV, it's just a random thing of Impact. And for 30 seconds, I'm like, wow, Impact.
And then you turn it away.
And then I go to Netflix, or I go to HBO, I go to Hulu or whatever. But for like sometimes I watch it for 5 minutes and go, oh yeah, I was gonna watch. Oh yeah, Impact's on.
Oh, Lashley does a spear too. Lashley spear is unique. I wouldn't call it the best, but it's unique.
Lashley has a good spear.
Yeah.
I also didn't know he had like alopecia, whatever it's called, the Will Smith's wife thing.
Really?
He has no hair on his body.
I thought he was just naturally bald. Oh, it's on his body.
No, his whole body has no hair. His eyebrows are tattoos.
Oh, but no hair on his body. I mean, it's
No hair.
It's got to be nice for a little bit.
I mean,
In some aspects.
no eyelashes. Like his sweat. That's why he's always sweaty too, because he has nothing to like.
I've really got to look at his eyes, his eyelashes or lack thereof the next time.
Yeah, I saw it on a post not too long ago, but he is hairless. He has no hair anywhere on his body, including his asshole.
Yeah, great fun fact, I guess.
That's why he's so sweaty, because he's no hair.
Oh yeah, because the sweat would got it absorb it. Anyway, back to this. Baron Corbin not facing Jeffrey Jackson, but facing Braun Breaker, and just a matter of who's the biggest douche in NXT. And I will tell you this: Braun Breaker should never be a babyface again because he was horrible at it. He is much better at being this douchebag guy. I'm gonna say Braun Breaker, because the last time Corbin was in a match against somebody, Gable Stevenson, it didn't go so well. So I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker here.
I wonder how often Braun Breaker thinks about the Roman Empire.
That is the dumbest thing I've seen in a while on
I
social
don't
media.
get it. I don't get it, so I'm going to go with Braun Breaker.
You know, this Baron Corbin is now the new Dolph. He's a new entry level. He's a new entry level guy.
Yeah, but Dolph is way more talented than Baron Corbin.
I agree with you on that, but someone's got to take the entry level heel position, and that is Baron Corbin at this point. He's there for a reason. We've got ironically, a fatal four-way for the tag team championships. The Creed brothers, these guys from Duke, Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza are still a thing. Tony D and Stacks Lorenzo versus these guys on the right here, OTM, who literally just debuted like yesterday on NXT. And they look like if Crime Time had children.
They do look like a Crime Time had children.
They look like the younger versions of Crime Time.
It's Crime Time, but it's crime spelled correctly.
CRIME.
And time spelled wrong. Yeah. Time with a Y.
It's two different trademarks.
Yeah, right? That can work.
Two different trademarks. It works. So,
Yo. It's Chad and JTG. It's crime time. Brooklyn. And so they go, Queens.
Yeah, right. It's the battle of the counties.
Staten Island.
The only people I could see that might beat Tony D and Stacks is probably the Creed brothers, so I'm just going to say that they're going to retain. This is probably going to be a fun little crazy opener match with tag teams that we really don't know about. Who decided that Humberto and Angel Garza were safe from being released? Someone did.
Not affirmative action. What's the other one?
That doesn't exist anymore.
Racial quotas. They needed two Puerto Ricans on the roster.
I feel like they have that though.
I'm going to go with Baby Crime Time. They're going to win this.
That'd be a fantastic shot because no one knows who the hell they are. Last but not least, the Heritage Cup, Noam Dar, who is doing ridiculously great work, versus the man formerly known as Pete Dunne, Butch for the Heritage Cup. Essentially, this is just an NXT UK match in the skies. You did miss, about 2 or so weeks ago on NXT, they had Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate in a match.
Again?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since they fought.
Exactly.
I forgot Tyler Bate even existed.
Yeah, he's just chilling on NXT with the Heritage Cup and stuff. Noam Dar is as entertaining as I remembered him. Even you remember when he did the whole Alicia Fox thing?
Was he the guy when Alicia Fox?
Yeah. He's still wildly hysterical. Like he's the ridiculous part. Like he is like, I'm just gonna be as ridiculous as possible and it'll get me over. But he's still also really pretty good in the ring. And he's kind of just like this really ridiculous heel with this faction behind him of all minorities. They call themselves Metaphor, which I don't know why, but they have like a Power Rangers like entrance where they all have different colors next to them. It is very, very interesting. Hello, A Sawat, whoever you are. Good evening to you too. So I know you've never seen a Heritage Cup, but it's pretty much British grounds rules. Really quick rounds of matches, 6 rounds, and it's best first person to 2, but you have 6 rounds to do it. It is not a metaphor for slavery. Stop. It's a quan. But it's pretty much
the Heritage Cup. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Stop. It's a quan. But it is a fun, fast-paced match. They usually go really quickly, but they're pretty technical. It's an interesting way to do wrestling, and I kind of enjoy it. And I think it's about time that Noam Dar actually drops this thing. However, I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps it, but also to your point, well, like you said earlier, Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch, is the bigger star because he's on SmackDown. And you're trying to go for a TV deal.
Yeah, but Sheamus is also injured, so you can put Pete Dunne back on NXT for a bit.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Butch / Pete Dunne to win this and him hold this massive, ridiculous trophy that I would totally buy if they made a replica. Oh, you're the Rico from Down for the Count. What's up, Rico? How you doing, homie? Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in, man. But yeah, we're gonna go with Butch Dunne. That should be his name, Butch Dunne.
Butch Dunne would be pretty cool.
Butch Dunne, yeah. Instead of Pete Dunne, Butch Dunne. So that's all we have for the NXT No Mercy card. Again, this is going to be Saturday night. WrestleDream is Sunday night, so you got a doubleheader of wrestling on top of watching Deion Sanders probably lose to USC in college football as well. Buy those Deion glasses, by the way. I'm going to go with this. NXT's specials have been pretty good. There are no takeovers. Let's get that straight. There are no takeovers. The takeover lore is done. That would be a great mini-series we ever do. We just rewatch all the takeovers.
God.
Because there's like...
Oh, God, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because the takeover series is done, which is a freaking shame. Oh, you're going to be a wrestling trainer. Let us know how that's going. Are you going to be training to become a wrestler? That'd be great to... interested in to like knowing about your journey. But the NXT specials have been pretty good. Like I said, they're not a takeover level, but they're pretty high up there. So I'm actually gonna go. I'm giving this an 8 for me.
I'll give it a 7. I like NXT, sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's interesting. And they make them unique enough that they look completely separate from their WWE counterparts as well. Also, of note as well, WWE also made another big signing to NXT, but they haven't really revealed who it is, but everybody pretty much knows. You'll enjoy this too, Will. It's Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They did a vignette of all of it. Is like this guy watching these old TV clips of like the Cincinnati Bengals are playing and all this other like a WCW clip and stuff like that. It's like welcome to WCW, whatever. But all of that stuff is stuff that Brian Pillman did. So Brian Pillman Jr. is unofficially signed to WWE under the NXT brand, and
I can't wait till he wrestles a pencil.
That should be his first match.
Giant pencil.
Giant pencil.
Yeah, Pillman did that in ECW.
Yeah, he did. Man got a pencil over. He
also tried to piss on the crowd.
Listen, they didn't call him a loose cannon for nothing. It is a thing. So I'm happy, and hopefully, Brian Pillman Jr. That's gonna hold a lot of weight. It's gonna hold a lot of weight. His wrestling in the industry for a while is pretty big, so for NXT to get him, very, very good. Very, very good for that. But that is the end of our show this week. We have covered a crap ton of stuff in wrestling.
It's been a while since we've gone 90 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's been a while, but I'm glad we did. I mean, if this isn't proof of everything we went through, SmackDown getting $1.4 billion, Raw and NXT are probably going to get another $1 billion. AEW going to get crap tons of money once they go streaming. Elimination Chamber, Jade Cargill getting probably a crap ton of money. Pillman Jr. on Broken Skull Sessions would be unreal.
He hasn't done anything though.
It's the fact
talk about his dad.
It's the fact of Austin talking to Brian Pillman's son because they were the Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah, but there'd be a lot of reminiscing about things he wasn't there for.
But I mean, Austin can throw up his hands and talk about his career on the Indies and stuff too.
I was the biggest star. Sorry, kid.
Be it as it may, with all the stuff we talked about, there should be no doubt in your mind at this point that pro wrestling might be in its best era ever, and I'm including the Attitude Era. Like this is an amazing time to be in the wrestling industry.
Well, the wrestling in the Attitude Era kind of sucked for the most part, right?
When you look back at it.
And a lot of the storylines are kind of duds. Like Val Venus getting his dick cut off.
That was a great storyline. I believed it.
And then it stopped because of shrinkage. So there's a lot of bad things in the Attitude Era. But yeah, wrestling is definitely the hottest it's been in
20 years.
A very, very, very long time. We've been saying this for a while, Ricky. It's mainstream again.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And the TKO merger is just going to make it that much bigger. And the better that AEW does, the better that WWE is going to want to do. It is going. And the writers and the actor strike also help boost it as well. Although the writer strike came to an end. Or it's coming to an end preliminarily.
They were like, uh-oh, guys, The Rock might do WrestleMania. Let's get
this. Exactly. Fast and Furious 11's almost written. Come on, let's go.
And John Cena's like, I need to cut my deal a little short.
It's only the writers, not the actors.
That's right.
Only the writers.
Right.
Only the writers.
The actors have a little bit way to go.
The actors have a way to go, so we'll wait on that. But that is the show for this week. Very fun show. Very awesome show with everything going on. But it's time for us to get the hell out of here. Will Tarasok, if you may. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast and watching episode number 355, No Mercy for Baddies, because the biggest baddie in the room has signed with the biggest company in the world. Congratulations to Jade Cargill on getting that bag, although you really didn't need it. Congratulations to WWE for getting SmackDown $1.4 billion. AEW is moving to HBO Max. There is so much crap going on. And oh yeah, Matt Riddle's gone from all of our lives for now. I have been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets when I return. Kings of the Rings podcast, you can follow at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe. Leave us some 5-star reviews wherever you listen to us, and make sure you're listening to us on your favorite podcast site by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, because no one in their right mind calls it X, and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links to all of our stuff, including some of our awesome merch, which I am wearing at this moment in time, is our links in the description below. Will Tarasok, welcome back, sir.
Oh, it's good to be back. I missed this podcast. It's been a long time since I've actually done a podcast. But my name is Will Tarasuk, T.S. and Thomas, A-R-A-S-H-U-K. Hopefully that's changing, because I had a business call, a sales call before this podcast. So I keep my fingers crossed for your boy. Yeah, follow me on the only place I'm only active on social is LinkedIn. So if you're into that kind of shit, Will Tarasuk.
Yeah, when everybody's all pretentious for no reason. I love being on LinkedIn because I'm just
God, it's the worst. It really is the worst.
I look people on LinkedIn, I'm like, I used to get shit-faced with you, I used to get shit-faced with you, I used to get shit-faced with you. You are not functional whatsoever. But whatever, we're going to see if this works. So when we come back next week, we're going to make sure that this stream actually works to the best of our ability and talk about everything that's happening in the world of wrestling, including the fallout for WrestleDream, whatever big news Tony Khan might have up his sleeve, because it's been a long time coming for Tony Khan to make a big announcement. He's been pretty hiding in wait right now. He also has that game in London, because Jacksonville yet again this weekend as well. And who knows what the hell's going to happen within a week's time. You saw what happened this week. There's probably going to be bigger stuff happening next week. So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night. Thank you for everybody who joined us live. Except for you, Slack. Fuck you, Slack. We'll see you soon.
Midnight music.
Oh, damn it.
Alright.
I'm solely sorry because ironically, I did because my phone was flipped over on Do Not Disturb. I just Smiley DM'd us and said, "You guys need help? We could have had her on." Ah, I'm so sorry, Smiley.
You idiot.
I'm so sorry, Smiley. I usually have something come up with that, but yeah, no. So, sorry about that, Smiley. We'll definitely get you on at some point if you're always going to be available on Wednesdays. That'd be awesome. Judge hit
Yeah,
multiple
he had
homers.
two. He had two on home runs.
Jesus Christ. Guess that toe's fine. Jesus freaking Christ. And best thing about it is we beat up on the Blue Jays.
Yeah, fuck their playoff run.
Okay, so tell me about this. Tell me about this house that you went to in Cali.
So, it was fucking dope. It was in West Hollywood,
Ew,
and
okay.
it had a pool in the back. Also, West Hollywood reminded me a lot of Miami, like the houses and the roofs and everything.
Okay.
Like if in Miami, like Miami neighborhood. It was Airbnb, huge ceilings, plenty of bedrooms, and there was a pool in the back.
Okay.
But the back porch and a hot tub. So it's like the pool, hot tub, seating area, and then the house. And in the house, there's like floor to ceiling windows.
Wow.
That were like the entire wall was the window.
It's like a bay window.
Yeah, but they could move.
What?
So like they met in the middle in a corner, but
Okay.
they could cut. You could take them out and just pretty much like as a wall, tuck them into the other wall. So
Oh shit.
Sunday morning before the wedding, 3 hour difference, 10 a.m. football.
Yeah.
So we had red zone in the pool, in the back, like with LA 70-degree weather, on the couch, sipping beer, drinking margaritas or whatever, watching red zone, with like just the walls open.
That's amazing.
It was so fucking dope, dude. Also, I had In-N-Out. In-N-Out is the most overrated, like, anything
Did you
ever.
buy anything from a secret menu?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Did you try the fries? The fries are
Yeah,
good.
the fries are very mediocre.
I enjoyed In-N-Out when I've had it.
I mean, it's just like it's fine.
It's a good burger. It's a good
It's
burger.
fine. It's totally fine.
Mhm.
I was like, this is your standard average burger. Like, what are people creaming their pants over?
Because it's not, you can't find it in all across the U.S. It's like going to Five
I know.
Guys. It's like going to Five Guys in the Northeast.
Yeah, but Five Guys is way better.
I haven't been to Five Guys or In-N-Out in a very, very long time, so I'd have to check it out.
Although Nash was telling me he went to Five Guys like a week ago in Nashville,
Yeah.
and they got rid of bag fries.
Really?
Yeah, you know how you get like a large fry, they overload it in the bag, or even a small fry.
Yeah. I mean, be ideal overloading it.
Yeah, they
got rid of it?
They got rid of bag fries.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, dude, bag fries are the best fries.
Oh yeah, always have been in any fast food
There's
restaurant.
nothing better than McDonald's bag fry.
I don't know. I like Wendy's bag fries.
I do love Wendy's. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't eat Wendy's, but I do love it.
Yeah. I had a coworker when I worked at Walgreens who also had who had worked at Wendy's before, and I asked him like, "Yeah, is it true about whole fresh shit?" He was like, "Yeah, we get a delivery every morning." I was like, "Oh fuck." He's like, "We have no freezers in our restaurant." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, their burgers are good. Just every time I eat Wendy's, I get diarrhea. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's a damn shame.
I still need to try the pumpkin spice frosty. I will never try a pumpkin spice frosty. I'm sorry. I'm reading up really quick on the writer strike deal, or just a synopsis of it. So it's a 3-year contract, which seems kind of like,
That's not a lot.
yeah. Oh, Smiley, you're available in a pinch. You work a regular 9 to 5. Congratulations, by the way. So you'll be home by the time y'all need me. Oh, that's perfect. We'll hit you up in the bind whenever we need you. So this new writer strike, the deal that's on the table, it's supposed to be ratified in like,
They got to vote on it. Yeah.
yeah. So it includes restrictions on the use of AI in writing. A viewer-based streaming residual bonus was what it should have been in the first place.
No kidding.
Uh,
It's modernized.
Yeah. Staffing minimums in writers' rooms to protect against the use of AI. I like that deal as well. Studios will also be required to disclose whether AI-generated material was used in the writing process. Sounds fine to me.
Like, who's that for, though? Like, that particular provision, like, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But, like, I think that provision's more for, like, legal than anything else.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds like it's
Because, like, me as a consumer, honestly,
don't care.
I don't care.
As long as the content's good.
Yeah, if it's written by AI, I'm assuming it's not going to be good. But just from my experience using AI for creative things like that, I don't care. Is it good? And typical Hollywood these days, most writing hasn't been that good.
Have you watched Oppenheimer yet or not?
No, I didn't watch Oppenheimer.
Get it when it comes
I know.
out. You know, it's a great 3 hours. It is fantastic 3 hours. All right. So I'm reading about the residual stuff. It said the new system awards writers whose shows receive high viewing counts on streaming. As the contract stipulates, writers will be awarded for programs that are viewed by 20% or more of a service's domestic subscribers in the first 90 days of release or in the first 90 days in any subsequent exhibition year. Interesting.
So here's the thing, dude. Like, with that kind of stuff, these platforms should be required to release their data, their numbers.
Well, here's the thing. It says the streaming-related deal also requires the studios to be upfront about their viewing numbers for shows. Which
like to the public, though.
I don't know. It doesn't necessarily say to the public. But I agree. They should have. It should be part of like their quarterly releases or whatever.
Right, because that could affect stock price. The fact that they could just like
hide it.
They don't have to. They could lie and just inflate their stock price.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why am I paying? Like, why are you charging? What's the justification for this $15 a month bullshit? Like for like ads and shit or whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
It keeps them more accountable in terms of like the free market.
Mm-hmm. So here's the other stipulation of the deal. It says the WGA also had requested a 6-person minimum staff count for a writer's room, adding a person for every 2 episodes after that until reaching a maximum of 12. This request was a protective measure against studios trying to phase out writers with the use of AI. The WGA did not receive their full ask in this regard, but the studios did agree to a 3-staff minimum for any shows with 20-week or longer development rooms.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
That's the weird one. It's like, because you're gonna have people getting paid to do nothing.
Yeah.
In certain circumstances, it's just like it's weird to have like a mandated minimum for how many people do a job.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think of like, so in the movie perspective, so like when you think of like Infinity War and Endgame, the 2 people who pretty much wrote it were the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
And that was a phenomenal movie with only 2 people writing the movie.
Yeah, it's like now you're gonna mandate. You want 6 people writing one movie, but it's like for what? It's like that's not gonna make the content better. You're just trying to make sure jobs don't go away, which I understand. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's more of a preventive. They're trying to stop the studios.
They're trying to save their jobs.
Yeah.
But it's like that just doesn't mean. Well, it's like, well, is your job necessary or not?
Mm-hmm.
That's just let the free market do its thing.
Yeah, no, it is interesting. I do enjoy that they're finally going to get some sort of incentive pay, and I also agree with the numbers of how shows are doing should be common knowledge. The only close thing we have that I've ever seen on a streaming service is like Netflix has like, oh, this is the most popular things right now.
Yeah, and they could be fucking lying to you.
That's also very true. Yeah.
Right, like the studio whoever made that movie could just pay Netflix, be like, hey, put it at the top.
Yeah.
If it's on Netflix original, specifically.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely agree with you. But yeah, no. I'm glad that they're getting some sort of incentivized bonus.
Yeah, the residuals is the big one.
Yeah, especially if it's
and royalties.
Yeah.
Royalties is the big one.
Especially if it's if a show gets continued streaming success, they should continually be paid.
Correct.
You know, so I feel like all in all it's a win for the writers. So good for them.
Yeah, it's totally a win for the writers. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, second longest writer strike in Hollywood history by like 4 days or something like that.
Well, dude, the UAW is up now, and then potentially the
That's why I got to get my car when I do, because Toyota might go on strike too.
fuck.
Yeah.
And then you got the
It's all going to be a ripple effect.
flight attendants are next. They might go on strike.
Well, good thing no flight attendants work for Spirit Airlines. I've seen how that place operates. Spirit Airlines will be just fine. The game industry is coming up. That's fine. I already got Starfield. I am a happy man.
The writers, or no, the writers, oh no, the actors. SAG is including video games now.
Really?
Yeah, so SAG, this like the voice actors are gonna join SAG for video games.
Good for
I think
them.
that's what Frentz or Smiley is, whoever is
Jaquan,
mentioning.
actually.
Jaquan is mentioning.
I mean, listen, I have played some compelling and dramatic video games. I totally understand.
Yeah, they're voice actors.
Yeah, then they absolutely are voice actors. And they should be that. And good for them. Good for them. But like I said, I already got my Starfield, which I have logged more hours than I'm willing to tell you right now. Let's put it this way, I'm at level 31. I reached level 31 today.
Yeah, me and my friends and I are so deep into Baldur's Gate because we can play 4-player co-op.
Oh, you haven't moved into Starfield yet?
I haven't bought Starfield. I'm gonna get it for Christmas. I'll have my brother pick it up for me for Christmas. I'm also gonna get a Steam Deck.
Oh, you're going to get it?
I'm totally gonna get it.
Tell me how it is.
So cool. Because, dude, it's just like when I travel.
Yeah.
Just a Steam Deck is just. I had a Switch right now, and the Switch is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I pick a Steam Deck is just gonna be like, it's better.
As long as you have an internet connection, you'll be good.
Well, even if I don't have an internet connection, it's just like it logs offline. Once I get the internet connection, it just connects back in.
Okay, so you're fine. Are you gonna get like the top of the line one, or?
No, so it's like three tiers.
Yeah.
The only difference really when you get the middle tier is the best one. It's like I think it's 256 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Storage.
I think the top tier is like it's just like a QLED screen or something like that.
Oh, if that's the case, I might get the top one then. But it's like $700, dude. It's so expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Let me look it up right now. Actually,
Yeah, do that for me.
I'll look it up for you because the Steam Deck is gonna be really cool. It connects right to my library. Steam Deck. So the top one is 650, 512 gigabytes, fastest storage, premium anti-glare etched glass.
That's what it is.
Carrying case, Steam Community Profile Bundle, exclusive virtual keyboard theme. Yeah, the only difference is just the glass, anti-glare glass, which is just like, what do you mean? What's?
Anti-glare glass is a game changer. Oh, that's right. You probably don't know, but Fretz bought a PS5 the other week.
Did he? Good for you, Fretz. Did good for you.
Whatever store that he has up there, he had saved up enough, I guess, store points, and so and with trading, he got it on like a discount.
Hell yeah.
He said you pre-ordered Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Wonder out on the same day. This is not fair. You know it's also not fair, Fretz, that you live in the U.S. I don't know if you heard this, Will or Fretz, but PlayStation just announced that if you purchase a PlayStation 5 from now until like mid-October, you can get one of their exclusive titles for free.
Ooh.
Which includes like Horizon and God of War, and Spider-Man. All of the PS5 exclusives that came out from the jump, you can get them for free.
That's cool.
Yeah, just one of them though, with the purchase of a new PS5, which is crazy. And thank God Microsoft is closing the deal in the UK. Microsoft will have, Microsoft will have Activision by mid-October. Because the UK finally said, all right, we'll allow you to do it. It is the US only, Frats. Yeah, it's the US only. I'm sorry for that. I know you bought it like a couple weeks too late, or too early. But yeah, no, it's good. So, but hey, you have a PS5 now. So what? Here's what I'm thinking of doing. And I told Charles this too, and I told Frets this. So on PlayStation 5, you can do share play, where essentially like you can take over somebody else's PS5, and they share a screen and you can play the same game. So that's how Charles and I have been doing GM mode.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So what we're thinking about doing is we'll put Frets in. We'll create a GM mode with Frets on 2K24, and we can stream into our Discord. And you can watch us as we like try to beat each other week by week on our different brands.
I love Discord. Discord is just the fucking best.
Maybe this weekend if I'm bored, or maybe Friday night. Who knows? Maybe I'll stream. I'll stream a Starfield session on our Discord. You can see. You can see the dumb shit I'm doing.
So let's see. I fly out of Newark Friday night.
So I'd have to do it Thursday.
At 7:30 p.m. and I land at like 9:45.
You get there in the morning, yeah. So just sleep, just fucking sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep on the plane. I have no problem sleeping on planes, so I always get the window seat. Yeah, I land 7:25 to 9 a.m.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And on the way back,
the way back is gonna suck.
12 noon, and I land at 2:45 Newark time.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
So my brain's gonna be like, what fucking time is
Oh
this?
yeah, you get to experience real jet lag.
Yeah. Well, the LA jet lag was very minimal.
This is different.
Yeah.
This is different. This is going to be completely different. So, all right. So Fred says the PS5 cost me like $250 Canadian after all the store points. So you got it for like, in American, it's probably like what, $200 off, which honestly, freaking great.
Yeah, it's still like $300, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still a great deal. I didn't get my PS5 for that much. I bought a little bit higher, but I was also getting it from a friend. So, who had an extra one? But no, congratulations, Fred. Welcome to the PS5 world. We were trying to get, but Fred's missed the deal. That's $185 US. Good job to Quan with the conversion. Unfortunately, Fred's missed it because PlayStation was having the deal with PGA 2K24 or 2K23. So we were gonna have Fred's play golf with me and Charles randomly on PlayStation. It's literally like Charles will text me in the middle of the day, goes tea time noon.
Noon tea time. That's amazing.
It's gonna be our thing before like all wrestling events when we watch. We're just gonna be playing golf. Also,
Steam just put Counter-Strike 2 free.
Really?
So I downloaded that one real quick. I never played Counter-Strike. I don't even know what the fuck it is. I downloaded it.
Counter-Strike was a lot of people's addictions when I was younger. Counter-Strike was a big PC game.
Oh, so you know what I'm totally gonna do on the Steam Deck when I'm flying to like Vegas or wherever the fuck Miami, wherever the fuck I'm going?
Just fucking play.
I'm just gonna play The Walking Dead, the Telltale games.
Okay.
It's gonna be fucking perfect. Those games are so narrative driven.
It's giant RPG.
Yeah, exactly.
Giant RPG.
You ever played them? It's just like the comic books.
I never been a fan of The Walking Dead. I have no interest in doing The Walking Dead.
Well, it's not like a TV show Walking Dead. It's just like
I know it's based on comics, yeah.
Yeah. So the Telltale game is just like you don't actually like fight. It's just narrative. You go through and just like choose dialogue options. You walk around and like talk to people and cut scenes, but it's like you're in control of your own movie.
Interesting.
And it's like different paths you can choose, and people live and die. It's like it's a different kind of video game. It's narrative driven. It's not action driven.
I gotcha. Fred, I don't know about No Mercy just yet. I have to talk to Charles to see what he wants to do. I'll probably talk to him during our tea time tomorrow.
Fuck you.
It's the only way you're going to get me to do golf. And they have Top Golf in the game, too, which is also really ridiculous. But it's awesome. Yeah, Charles and I might stream if PlayStation is able to stream on Discord. Like direct, I know Xbox can directly too. That's why I can just put on Starfield randomly.
Yeah, it's Microsoft.
Yeah, and I'll play. I'm pretty deep in, but if you're on tomorrow night, and I stream Starfield. I can just like tell you I'll just like pop it up and show you this is all the crazy stuff I've done so far.
Yeah, I've seen my friend play it. He played it, then he stopped playing after like a week or two.
Really?
I was like, damn, dude, he was talking about that game for months and months and months,
and
he just stopped playing it. Well, we started playing Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that's why. That's why. There are so many side stories in Starfield. Like I've already lived so many lives.
Yeah, I mean the game looks great. Like I don't know why people shit on the game. The game looks fucking great.
It's great. It's phenomenal. It's what you want. It's the best they can do. And I haven't even discovered half of a universe yet.
Oh, I can play Spider-Man on the Steam Deck.
Oh, really? It came out on the Steam Deck.
Cyberpunk. Yeah, but I want to play those games like on my monitor because this is way better.
Cyberpunk just came out with their expansion today, Phantom Liberty.
I know it's fucking nut. Manash says it's nuts.
Yeah, they, from what I've been reading, IGN was like, "This is what Cyberpunk was supposed to be when it came out." Originally, Mustafa might make his after WWE debut for freelance wrestling. He's a trainer for the Freelance Academy here in Chicago. Interesting. More reason for me to go to Chicago. Did we go to the Hooters in Chicago?
Yes, we did. It was like the first one.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't the first one. That was my fault. That was not the first one, but I was totally mistaken on that. Department of Corrections here. Phantom Liberty, I believe, is the Idris one, yes. Because the original Cyberpunk is Keanu Reeves. So, I would totally get back into Cyberpunk if I wasn't playing Starfield. Maybe I'll pop it in again because Cyberpunk is so long even to get through the intro. I really would have to do like a new game and start from scratch. I don't remember what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why I try not to play too many games at once.
Yeah.
I have a rotation of like 3 maybe.
Yeah.
I still gotta like finish Hogwarts Legacy. The game's incredibly fun. It's just I'll play it for a full day.
Yeah.
And I just won't play it for like another month.
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, I understand that. I totally understand that. But it's fucking Elias. We didn't talk about Elias too much on the show. Elias gave us our almost big break in New Orleans.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Thank you, Elias.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Elias. Blowing up my phone for the entire first 2 days of WrestleMania weekend. Jesus fucking Christ. I also love this meme someone put up here. Stone Cold Steve Autumn.
Yeah, Fred's posted that. He just looks so happy.
This one, we had a lot of good ones today, like Roman Reigns being everyone this company has to offer. Nobody can take this title away from me. Jade Cargill music hits. We were so drunk in New Orleans. What a time. That is the one thing. I can't wait for WWE to be like, yeah, we're going back to New Orleans for WrestleMania.
Yep, they're going to. And that'll be my bachelor party. Make all my friends go to WrestleMania.
We're just gonna carry you. We're just gonna carry you through the streets of New Orleans. Happily drunk. That was your first Crystals experience too.
That it was. Out of first in New Orleans.
Yeah, man, that was great. Crystals. Well, I really wish we would have got the name of that place we went for breakfast one day. Remember, it was on like a side street.
Dude, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. There's so much I don't remember from that trip.
Fred, wait, so you're telling me, Fred, you won't go to Philadelphia for WrestleMania, but you'll go to New Orleans?
Go to New Orleans?
I understand.
Apparently New Orleans is like the highest murder rate in the country right now.
This is per capita?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we know our way around New Orleans enough to go where we need to go.
You just don't leave the French Quarter.
Yeah. Listen, if they go back to New Orleans and we can get the same place we got before, sold.
Done and done.
Sold. That's an easy Uber trip to the place, and we just walk everywhere.
Yeah, dude. What's it called? Bourbon Street was so walkable. It was just a few blocks, and we were there.
And so was the Superdome.
So was the Superdome.
It was a few blocks the other way. It's such a walkable city. Wait, Cody Rhodes is a character in the Far Cry Blood Dragon Netflix anime?
That's too many words. Far Cry Blood Dragon Netflix anime.
I'm on the wrong part of Netflix apparently.
Yeah, I still have to finish Clone Wars. I have like 8 episodes left.
Oh, you got pretty. All right, so how are you liking it now? Because it's got crazy.
Yeah, dude. Those episodes of The Bad Batch are fucking amazing, dude.
So you got to watch the Bad Batch spinoff now.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch The Bad Batch after I finish Clone Wars.
All right, so you saw the whole Ahsoka thing then?
No, Ahsoka. Well, Ahsoka's already out of the order. Ahsoka's like the next episodes I have to watch is just like Ahsoka in this season, the last season.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So you saw the how she got set up and everything, and all the bullshit they put her through.
Yeah. They're like, welcome back. She's like, fuck you. I'm not coming back. What do you mean? What the fuck you? You guys hunted me.
Yeah, I'm out. Fuck you guys. Like, I'm.
What do you mean? Welcome back.
Yeah, no, Clone Wars is fucking phenomenal. You gotta watch Bad Batch, then you gotta watch Rebels.
Yep, I gotta watch Rebels after that. I'm gonna play the video games in between too.
Oh, Survivor and Fallen
Yeah,
Order.
Fallen Order.
Have you ever played Fallen Order?
No, I haven't. I haven't played either of them.
Fallen Order is brilliant.
I've heard they're fucking incredible.
Absolutely brilliant.
I'm gonna watch Rebels. Taquan, get off my ass.
Rebels is surprisingly good, and it ties into everything they're doing. Like, you have to, in order to understand Ahsoka, whenever you get to it, you have to watch Rebels.
I know, that's why I haven't watched Ahsoka yet, even though I've heard it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's very, very fun. But on that note, let's get out of here. Everything's uploaded?
Yep. It's bedtime. Everything's uploaded.
All right, guys. We will see you guys very, very soon next week. And Smiley, stay on speed dial, please.
Hell yeah.
See you, folks.
Midnight music.